recording. All right. So, welcome to session 11. So, I'm going to go ahead and go through the recap. A lot of this will be cover ground that Clissoda's already covered, but oh well, that's the way it is. So, you began to explore the structures within the crater. At first, you discovered a few rooms with crates, boxes, and a strange metal chair with strange devices. Galen was somehow able to manipulate the chair without really knowing how he knew what to do, and he disabled the exterior defenses. Continuing on, you came to a large chamber with crystalline pillars and large doors going west, north, and east. Toward each door, the floor was colored blue, yellow, and red. Only the western door was accessible. The north and east doors had hand panels, but they were dark and inoperative. You encountered strange automata with glowing green eyes. Galen attempted to speak to the automata, but he was unsuccessful and they became hostile. You continued to explore, finding a room with hemispherical objects similar to the objects that fired beams of energy at you under the automata cave. You found that Galen could move without being targeted. He explored to the north and south to find halls and many doors. He also explored to the west to find a small hallway leading into rooms with glass tubes with glowing green liquid. He also discovered a small room with a shaft going deeper into the facility, its sides gouged. He noticed that there was something down there, possibly more rooms. He used mold earth to block off the view of the cylindrical objects, allowing you to explore to the north and south. To the south, you found several rooms with tables and metal cabinets and more automata. To the north, you found a number of smaller rooms that looked somewhat like offices, as well as storage rooms. As we begin, it is the afternoon on Helia 19th, and I will move you to the map. Here we go. So, just as a reminder, as everybody knows, you're still in the crater, and you are inside the central structure.
Actually, could we go back to that map real quick? I just want to point out a few things to Shane.
Sure, go for it.
All right, so you can see the Galen marker that indicates roughly where we are in the main complex.
Yep.
Now, you can see several diamond-shaped structures. So the four that are kind of, those ones that are being highlighted are basically sentry turrets, and those have been disabled. But prior to then, before that was disabled, those things could presumably fire far enough to reach the edge of the crater, and we had to use Galen as a Shadowkind shield in order to make the way down there.
Small correction. It's these rectangular square towers that
Oh, okay.
these diamond-shaped ones are actually pyramids, and they have like crystalline structures at the top, but they do not fire anything.
All right. So move that out a bit, but yeah, ultimately though, apparently their range is fairly nasty. So fortunately, Galen was, under the influence of drugs, no less, was able to help guide most of everybody to safety.
Cool. Are we ready to go back inside?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and move you guys back. You guys were exploring this area of the facility. You had pretty much completely explored to the south, I believe, but you have not yet gone to the west, and you have not yet gone down the shaft. So what are you going to do?
Hey, wow, everything's responsive today.
Did we explore down here?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me put.
Am I in the right place?
Ire.
Yeah, let me put Ire in there. Come on, Ire.
So anyway, yeah, this whole set of hallways, we did explore those. We had various fights down these.
Ire, can you see your token?
I do see my token, but I don't see anyone else.
Really? Because we're in the hallway.
Oh, there's two of me. I'm seeing double.
Oh.
Sorry, what's going on?
There's
He said there was two of them.
Oh, is there? Okay, you're right. I deleted the second one. My bad.
Cool.
Alrighty. So what are you gonna do?
Now we've explored all the way here and all the way here.
Yeah.
Great.
So what we've got is now, Ire, if you come down here to where I'm standing, and you might see big orange lines, that represents a bunch of mold earth. They basically put a earth wall there, that big circle there, and there's another one to the left of it. Those are
Got it.
active turrets. So the wall was put up so they couldn't see us and we
Oh,
could
right.
safely move through.
Mm.
Now, just to the south of that, you might see a little passageway. I'll ping it. Down that way, there's a room with some more automata in it that we're probably going to have to murder burger. And then off to the east over this way was kind of how we got into this area. The kind of had a main entry with some doors we couldn't do anything with. Go that way real quick if you want to have a look.
Down here, you said?
Yeah, just come into and then where I'm standing, you'll see there's kind of an observation room, and then on the far end, looking to the right, to the far end, there's kind of like the main entry. Yeah.
This, for some reason, I think my oh, there it goes. It's a little better. My
Yeah.
vision is a little buggy. I'm just seeing a lot of.
But yeah, if you move over to where I am,
This
then
is
that's kind of.
Oh,
all.
it's dark in here, and so if you don't have night vision, you
Oh,
can't see anything
oh,
unless you see it through other people's light sources.
oh God!
Oh,
I'll
okay.
turn my lantern on. There we go.
Oh, that's bright.
I should have my torch on as well.
And
actually.
as a reminder, for those who have night vision, under normal circumstances, if there's no lights around, you'll notice it's dimmer than if the lights are there. And in those cases, it's dim light, and which means you got disadvantage on any sort of perception checks that rely on vision and that kind of thing. So even if you have dark vision, having light around can be useful.
Well, if you want, down this way, there's this hallway just to the south of me, and this is where our next potential fight was going to be. Unless you want to try and talk to the automaton, maybe they'll like you. They'll be their
The thing
super
is,
best buddy.
I do speak the language.
They speak Re, if that makes sense. So they just kind of like they
I
scream
speak.
at you.
I speak. Machine speech.
Now, this door that I'm standing in front of that's right below me, that's where the automata were. So if you want to, if you're feeling daring, you can try and check that out.
Sure. Yeah, I'll try.
How many of them were there?
There were like a couple, like 3 or 4, if I remember.
I believe
correctly.
they speak. I believe they speak dial-up modem.
You don't have lungs, right?
No.
No.
Maybe he could go into the cancer room and see if he can open the lockers. We all got mild
Ragu
lung
already
cancer.
succeeded at that.
Yeah, but we
I
didn't
only
open all of
succeeded
them.
at the first ones. I didn't go too terribly far into the room because it took too long. 10 minutes for each door.
Okay, we could try that.
I'd have to teach Ire here how to open the doors and give him my tinker tools to do it.
Or we could deal with these automata first, just in the offbeat chance that maybe there's something in there that make those cabinets easier to open.
Yeah.
That is excellent idea.
All right, let me go ahead and open the door then. All right, you see 3 of the automata. You notice their glowing green eyes swivel to look at you, Ire. And they start speaking, and slowly what they're saying starts to become clear to you. Authorization code, please. Authorization code. You have 5 seconds. Authorization code.
Ah, shit. I'm gonna close the door. Close the door.
All right.
Does anybody have you guys seen anywhere like an authorization code or anything like that?
Wait a second.
There's like in a book. We found several books that like belong to the workers, but when I showed it to the robots, they got mad.
Can I see
just out of curiosity, yeah, can you read this scriggly?
Let
Oh,
me
and
see.
I also found several symbols carved into certain places in this area, and I'll show you the symbols as well to see if you can put them in any sort of order or know what they do or are.
Okay. Well, Ire, you look at the symbols and they don't mean anything to you. They're definitely not connected with whatever allows you to understand the machines. You're pretty sure they're a different language, or at least if they're connected, you don't know how. And as far as the book goes, it's the same thing. It's gibberish to you.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
we
this
don't
isn't-
have any authorization codes yet.
Well, maybe we'll find something somewhere else.
Maybe we could search those pyramids outside for authorization codes. I don't know. It's weird.
Question is,
so
would we recognize an authorization code if we saw it? I mean, like I
the-
said,
that's
these
true.
weird symbols that were, carved into the bottom corner of the desks.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we can find one in those lockers though. Ire, go into the cancer room, see if you get cancer, and then try to open the things.
I'm safe. Do it.
Where's the cancer room?
Over here.
The left end of the hallway going south.
It's very wet.
Yeah, so hopefully you went ahead and got your undercoating rust protection.
Always, every 24 months.
You see a large, more or less L-shaped room, and you can see it's overgrown with vines. You can see dirt on the ground. You see several tables, and you see these metal cabinets that line the wall. So what do you do?
These ones are already open, but I didn't get to these or the ones further down because
okay.
everything. Yeah, you start getting sleepy and get a nasty wet cough when you go in here.
Did you need to show me how to open it, or?
Yeah, I go ahead and give you my tinker tools and give you a good strong explanation. We can go over here and I can show you on one that I've already opened.
Do we want to bust up the automata first, just in case there was something in there useful? I mean, we've already destroyed so many of them that I don't know what's two more.
I think we were gonna go vice versa. We're gonna see if there's anything useful in here for.
All right.
All right. So Ragu gives you some instructions. So Ire, what do you do?
Step inside.
Okay. As you step inside, you do have a way of sensing, how hot or cold it is, how much moisture is in the air approximately, that kind of thing. And you can tell that as you enter, it starts becoming more humid.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
Okay, you continue to head to the south, and it becomes more humid, and you can see little droplets of water kind of flowing down your optical sensors.
And you got windshield wipers installed.
Okay.
All right.
Our
There's this
optical
one, right?
sensors are in all the time.
Yeah,
All
up
right.
here will be your first set of 3 lockers.
All right. I'll try and open these lockers.
Okay. Yeah. After instructions, you work at them for a while, and you're eventually able to get them open. You notice Ragu that he seems to be having a bit of an easier time, although you guess the reason is that these lockers down here are, for whatever reason, are worse shape.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get it open, and inside, after you open it up, inside you find a small book, and the pages seem to be smooth, and you notice that the water kind of just runs off the surface rather than making the pages wet.
Is it the same as the other books?
Can I read it?
You look at it, and it looks very similar to the book that Ragu showed you earlier. In fact, when you look at it more, you're pretty sure it's exactly the same. And there's a certain precision to it. It's you have a hard time believing that a person would have copied this by hand.
Was that just the first locker?
Yeah, it was basically this set here.
All right, next.
Okay, you go to the next set, and these are already open. It looks like somebody had kind of ripped the metal, just like ripped it open, and which is surprising to you because you're pretty sure that no matter how hard you try, there's no way you probably couldn't even dent the metal. Anyway, and inside it looks like there's some gouges inside, and they're completely empty except for a couple of vines that have worked their way in.
Okay.
Okay, and
And
this
last-
last one, those are empty as well. And you can see that they're vastly more overgrown. You can see that the plants have gotten inside, and you actually have to move them out of the way in order to get in there. But inside, you do find about three coin-size square metal objects. They look a lot like coins, but in a square shape. But they seem to be made out of tin instead of silver or copper or gold or something else.
Okay. I'm out of here. Guys,
As
like,
you left, and you can tell your joints are probably a bit more uncomfortably wet, and your like you said, you had water kind of running down your optical sensors, but otherwise you were unaffected.
All right. Well, guys, I got a book. It's the same book.
Okay, and I've got a couple of those coins already. But yeah, we're not sure what they do yet.
Well, that was no help.
Hey, I got a dumb idea. Remember the green coiny things that worked on the doors?
Mhm.
What if I were to show one of those to the automata?
I think we tried that, but sure, let's try it again.
I thought we tried showing them the books.
Oh, we did that
Yeah.
too.
We had Galen do that.
I mean, we can show them the books again this time, and this time I can understand what they're saying.
I think the green thing would be better.
Yeah, the green, because the
agree.
green discs are like passcodes to open the
Oh,
lock doors.
Or they could be thought of the way employee ID badges are. Maybe.
sure. Show them away. Show them
All
away.
right, so you walk in, and then I'm assuming you're walking in, so you can't show them from back there. There you go. So you walk in, and you're just holding one of them up.
Yeah.
And they look at it for a moment, and then then one of them rattles off 1127116. What is the authorization code for that disk?
Does it have any writing on it or anything?
You don't see anything, and as you're frantically looking, you hear them all say in unison, "Stolen property, stolen property.
Oh no.
Please
That's what
surrender."
they did to me. Are
5,
they doing the screechy
4,
thing?
I'm stepping away.
1.
Close the door. Close the door. Close the door.
You're gonna close it?
Yeah.
All right.
They don't
I
have
wanna-
very good
I want to throw the book at him.
object permanence. Nah, don't throw the book at them. They hate the book.
Wow,
I showed them
you're
the
a
book and they got
vindictive
mad.
judge.
Yeah, but I want to see what they do when I throw the book at them. What
When
they
I
Well,
say.
the
showed
last
them the
time we
book,
showed them a
David
book,
went,
they just turned on a huge alarm.
Yeah, they just said.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna throw the book
Yell.
at him.
So
So you throw the book, and it hits one of them.
We
in
already
the
did
face,
this.
lands on the ground, and then they all stare, and then their mouths open up, and you can hear this annoying blaring noise that reverberates and echoes off the walls.
They're summoning the others.
All
And
right,
go
they didn't
ahead
like
and
that.
Roll initiative.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
we
that-
told you, alarm.
No,
They scream a lot, dude.
yeah.
They get really mad about the books. I don't know what's up with them.
All right, everybody roll.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So Pico, they currently have their mouths open, and you hear this blaring noise coming out of it that's hurting your ears. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and run in, and I'm going to attack Automata 2.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and try and hit him with Booming Blade.
That is not a hit.
Damn it. All right, well. Sorry. I tried to hurt you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave.
From what you remember of your previous encounters, their AC is 16. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Automata 2 stares straight at Ire and moves up to attack. I'm going to go and put you in the hex so everybody's solidly in a hex. And he attempts to stab you where your neck joint is.
Oh god, these guys know my weak points.
Fortunately for you, he fails miserably. Automata 1 is 2, 3, 4, 5. Is going to run up, and he also is going to try to stab you in the neck joint. And his 18, I believe that's also a failure.
True.
Oh, you have a high AC, huh?
Yeah.
All right, Galen, you can see they're starting to swarm Ire. What are you going to do?
I would do a shocking grasp on one of them, but
You
there's
can move
another one
past
there.
Ire if you want. He's
No,
an ally, so he's not
the
your
other
way.
dude would get an opportunity attack. So I'll just shoot number 2 with a firebolt.
Okay.
Wow.
You shoot at him, and it just sails right past him and hits the back wall.
Oh well.
All right, Davak, you can hear the annoying alarm blaring noise. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna move forward. I can stand on top of someone, right?
Yeah, you have to end the turn in your own hex, but you can be in someone else's hex temporarily as long as it's not an enemy.
Oh, okay. I'll stay there.
If you guys want me to move, I can find a better spot.
We're chilling. I'll shoot Automata 2.
All right, you're shooting number 2. That's a hit.
Yep, for 1 damage.
Oh no.
Really, you accurately hit him in the toe.
Oh, that's my turn.
All right, Ragu, you can see Automata 2 has been hurt slightly, and they are still blaring, and it's really hurting your ears. What are you going to do? Ragu.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. These machines are needing to be quiet now. Why? Jeremy, when you centered me, you stuck me in a wall. I can't move.
Oh, sorry about that. Go ahead.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm assuming,
Full
yeah, you're going around. That is going to
Yeah.
pass you in front of Automata
One.
1, although you're still in range of Automata 2, so he can't do anything. And as you pass through, Automata 1 skewers you for 10 points of damage, but you are able to get past.
Gears me. Okay, hold on.
So you take 10 points, and then you can continue your turn.
Bat bastard. Okay. Now that I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and swing away on this Rattin Frattin. Is he still focused on Ire? This is
He
basically
is,
a back.
and you have him flanked, so you have advantage.
That's why I ran in.
Okay, that's a hit. And you do 10 points of damage to him, so you return the favor to his friend. Is that the end of your turn?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
And a miss. Just kind of bounces off him.
Yep. All right. Automata 3. He is then going to the tables are basically rough terrain because you have to climb over them, but he does so that he can attack you from the other side, giving him advantage. Oh, I forgot to roll advantage. There you go. So 23 hits. So he slashes you on the back for 12 points of damage.
Ties go to the attacker?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. Okay, 12 points.
All right, Oreo, you hear the sounds of battle inside, although you can't see much from there. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go here.
If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry, I was just figuring out the distance. So I'll be at that corner and then hit this guy.
Okay.
10.
Automata 1 can't attack because he used up his reaction, so go ahead. And that's it. And you have advantage, so you go ahead and roll it again just to see if you get a crit. All right. So it looks like 12 points of damage. A
Yep.
nice solid hit.
Offhand.
And that's also a hit.
That's with the special dagger.
So that means 14 points of damage.
Yep. And I stay put.
All right. Ire, you notice that as Oreo kind of stabbed the automata with her dagger, that it seemed supernaturally effective. It just stabbed into him like he was paper. What are you gonna do?
With my flail in hand, slash at my brother, Automaton 2.
Okay.
It's a sad day.
On fratricide.
You swing your flail, you hit the armor, but it's a glancing blow and does no damage.
I guess I can't do it to my brother.
All right, I guess not. It's the beginning of round 2. Pico, the Automata 2 is low on health. He's he's been damaged quite badly. However, so is Ragu. What are you gonna do?
All right. Can I interest you in mechanical damage? I'm going to go ahead and attack Automata 2.
You do have advantage, so go ahead and roll that again to see if you hit. Okay, so you miss
Wow.
Automata 2.
This is not my day. Automata 1 actually already. That's the one that already used its reaction.
It's
right?
the new round.
It's not its turn yet, though.
No, but he still has his reaction again because it's. Oh wait, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you. No. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go ahead. Sorry. You're right.
Let's see, and I move 2. All right. So, whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will attempt to attack from
You
here.
have advantage. Okay.
Wow.
You do not hit. Is that the end of your turn?
That is it.
Alrighty. Automata 2. He notices he's getting pounded on. However, he thinks that he could take out Ire before he goes down, so he's going to attack Ire. Jabbing for the neck. Fortunately for Ire, that is not good enough. Automata 1 is also going to stab at Ire. With another miss. Galen, you see that Automata 1 and 2 seem to be focused on Ire. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna shoot number 2 because I get advantage.
Okay.
1 second, let me turn it on. Okay. Wow. I still miss.
Yep,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's too bad. I'm fine. That's my turn.
You can move. So are you going to stay?
Yeah, I'll just stay there.
All right. Devak, you know that Ragu is hurting, and so is Automata 2. What are you going to do?
I move and I shoot again.
Congratulations, Galen. We both maxed out our learning by failure already.
Yep, that's a hit. For a solid 6 points of damage. But despite that, Automata 2 is still hanging on.
My turn.
Okay. Let's see, Galen, Pico. All right, Ragu, you are surrounded, but Automata 2 is almost dead. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna swing away on Automata 2 with my main attack.
Okay. It bounces off his armor.
Rat bastards. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and use my bonus action to give myself a second wind.
Okay,
That'll be what I do.
fair enough. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it is.
I think you have a roll for that, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right, Automata 3, despite Pico trying to attack him, is going to go after Ragu because it gives him advantage, which I failed to roll. And 18, is that a hit, Ragu?
I'm going to reaction my arcane deflection, and it just glints off of me.
Fair enough. All right, Oreo. Automata 2 is nearly dead at 1/5 of his health. What are you going to do?
Gonna hit it.
Okay. The first and second strike, unfortunately, do not hit him. As
Offhand.
sorry, say that again.
Gonna go with the offhand.
That does hit. You can roll.
Uh,
Oh, wait, never mind. You already did that. Yeah. All right. So 10 points of damage. You stab him in the.
Well,
That
10
would be
for
15 points.
Yeah, 10 for the
Oh,
the
you're
dagger.
right. So 15
Yeah.
points, and so as the dagger slips into his throat, or where his throat would be anyway, and slices through it like butter. His head falls to the ground. His body just falls into pieces, and he's dead. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Ire, the automata that was in front of you is now dead, but automata 1 is still kicking and trying to attack you. What are you going to do?
All right, turn to Automata 1. Try this again.
That is not a hit. It glances off his armor. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
You can move. If you stay within 1 hex of him, then obviously he can't get an attack of opportunity.
True. Sherry, I'll go behind him.
All right. All right, beginning with round 3. Pico, one of the automata has finally been destroyed. What are you going to do?
All right. What am I gonna do? This reminds me of one of those battles of the Empire of Tsar where none of us could hit anybody. I'm gonna go ahead and try and hit this automaton in front of me.
You have advantage.
We'll see about that.
And you hit.
Finally.
No matter what.
Whoop-de-doo.
For a solid 4 points of damage. And that hits as well. For another 3 points. So that's a solid hit overall. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Automata 1 continues to strike at Ire, but continues to fail. Galen, one of the automata has finally been destroyed. Automata 3 is surrounded. Automata 1 is attacking Ire. What are you going to do? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
And if you're not talking, we can't hear you either.
Sorry, I was on mute. That's my bad. I will shoot. I think I'm gonna go for Automata 3 down there.
Okay.
Because I get advantage because of this, right?
Yes. You can move.
Alright, awesome.
The way in front of you is open, but that's up to you.
No, I don't want to get close to those evil things.
Actually, if you moved up 1, that would help Ire on his turn.
Okay. Perfect. Oh, I didn't see him back there. Got it. Phew.
Okay, you have
finally hit.
advantage, and that hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
solid hit. You hit him in the back, or no, you hit him in the face with your firebolt, and he clearly felt that. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Devok. Automata 3 is surrounded. Automata 1 is also surrounded. What are you going to do?
I shoot Automata 3.
Okay, you have advantage.
Okay.
But even so, you wind up hitting the locker to the side.
Yay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, Ragu, you're
Yeah,
starting to
well-
feel better, and Automata 3 is surrounded. What are you going to do?
Swing away.
And that hits. For a very solid 12 points of damage.
Follow it up with a punch to the face.
And you hit again. You smash him right in the face for a good 7 points. One of his green eyes flickers, but he's still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be it.
All right, Automata 3, he is surrounded, but you are the bigger threat, Ragu, so he's going after you. And he attempts
Just
to
in time
stab
to
you.
get my reaction back.
Yep. It was your turn, so you did get your reaction back. And a 21 that would hit, but are you going to do something to make that not hit?
I am going to proc shield. I'm actually burning a spell slot.
Okay.
So I'm going to proc shield, bringing 16 up to 21, and then arcane deflection would make it a 20.
Fair enough. All right, Oreo. Both automata are surrounded. What are you going to do?
Going over here to help Ire with this one. Do I have advantage still?
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
Even
Okay.
still, but the second hit does hit. You get your sneak attack. Okay, so was that 9 points of damage?
And I will stay put.
Okay. So, as you could probably tell, you're actually on the table here. It was basically rough trying to get up there, but you had plenty of movement, so it's not a problem.
Okay.
All right, Ire. Automata 1 is surrounded, but is still doing very well. So what are you going to do?
Hit him with my flail. Wait,
You-
actually, do I get flanking bonus since
you
he's
do get flanking bonus.
aha
All right, you
Aha.
finally hit.
4, and I'll cast a smite on him, which is going to be 2d8.
Is that a bonus action?
It is.
Part of
I
your
think it's just
melee
part of my
attack is
attack.
a-
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so your attack is a smite. Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
fair enough. Go ahead.
Yeah, he burns a spell slot and smites his melee roll.
Okay. All right, for another 5 points of damage. All right, that was a solid hit. All right, round 4. Pico, the automata between you and Ragu is holding on rather well. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and keep shanking it.
You hit.
It's annoying me enough. I'd shank it in the nether regions if it had any nether regions to shank.
Unfortunately, you were unable to find any other regions, but you do a total of 11 points of damage. And that creature is down to about 1/10 of its original health. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep, I'm reasonably satisfied with that.
All right, Automata 1, despite being surrounded, can actually... Automata 1 is going to do something desperate.
Uh-oh.
You notice that those cylindrical objects that he can launch from his other arm, he launches it basically right at his feet in order to hit Ire. So
Oh,
Nope.
anybody within, well, unfortunately, you can ignore the attack roll. It's a DC check. It's just an issue with that thing. But anyway, so anybody within 2 hexes, go ahead and make a DC 15 dex save.
Wow, which is almost everybody.
Does it
Although
include
the
me?
hawk is probably shielded by the wall.
Yes. If you make it, then you take what was that? Sorry, 5 points of damage. If you failed, you take 11, and you are knocked back 10 feet, and you are prone.
No.
And that includes him.
How far do I go here?
So to go two hexes and basically away from Automata 1.
And
So
that would
like
be in the
over
wall.
like over here in the wall.
Okay, just over here. All right.
And
knew I
I
shouldn't
take
have
it
got
everybody
close to
failed
you.
that.
Yeah. I didn't mean to roll with advantage, but either way, I failed anyway.
All right, I'm putting little markers to. Actually, 1, 2. He doesn't have to roll. Okay. And Pico doesn't have to roll. All right. So everybody with the little the little marker is now prone, and everybody with that marker took 11 points of damage. Okay, that's Automata 1. Galen, you are now on the ground as you get knocked into the wall. You can take half your movement to stand up from being prone, though.
Yeah, sure. I'll stand up,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Since I'm in melee now, I have to use Shocking Grasp, I believe.
Yeah.
It's okay, 'cause I get advantage.
Okay, that hits.
Alright, and he loses his reaction.
All right, so he takes 12 points of damage because he's vulnerable to lightning. All right, is that the end of your turn?
That would be the end of my turn, yeah.
All right, Devok, you just you saw the explosion, but you were saved by the wall and the narrow doorway. What are you going to do?
I will shoot Automata 3 again.
Okay. Critical hit. Can you do 5 points of damage? You can, and Automata 3 has been destroyed. Is that the end of your
Yeah.
turn? Okay. All right, Ragu, you are currently prone, but you can spend half your movement to get up if you so wish.
I spent half my movement to get up.
Okay.
I'm going to see. This would be a double hex.
Just to get on there, yeah. So to climb up's double, but walking on top is normal, and jumping down is normal.
This way is normal too.
Yes.
Right. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
And you have advantage. And because he's prone, even if he wasn't being flanked, you would still have advantage for melee.
Wing and a miss.
But you swing and you hear a clang, but it slides against his armor. Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna throw a fist. Miss. My ears are still ringing from the explosion.
Yep.
Just
and
get up and
he
stumbled
is
over
made out
there.
of metal, so doing damage is, can be challenging. All right, Oreo, you are prone, but you can spend half your movement to get up. I'm going to assume that's a yes.
Sorry, yeah, I was on mute. Yes, I stand up and I go forward and I attack.
Okay, you have advantage. Okay, the first attack clangs against his armor, but the second attack hits. Okay, you hit him for enough damage to take him out.
19 points.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end combat. So let me clear everybody here. All right, you have destroyed the automata, but you definitely was not easy. So what are you going to do?
Ragu, did you want to salvage any parts from these guys? And if so, I can help you.
I do, and I would appreciate the help. Thank you.
but-
Yeah, like
I don't-
before, they seem to when they get destroyed for some reason, they seem to fall to pieces. But you are able to gather up the pieces. And if you want to gather up some of those fire tubes, go ahead and make a
Yes.
perception check to see if you find any.
Is it perception or investigation?
Either one will be fine.
But if I'm helping him, can you take it with advantage?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
16.
So go ahead and roll a d4.
Woo!
You find 2 of them.
So I don't remember who I've used healer's kits on today. I don't think anybody today, because didn't we sleep
Nope,
at the lounge?
we did.
We've already fought, didn't we? I believe I got hurt already, so I did take a heal today.
Okay, you
I
took a heal.
I have not yet been hurt in our last combat, so this is the first time today I've been injured, and it was pretty bad.
Okay, I think I used the healer's kit on myself the last combat because I got absolutely attacked, like slaughtered by those other ones.
Yeah, I think so.
So
Yeah.
I'll just heal Ragu then.
Okay.
Okay, so it's gonna be 9 plus your hit dice.
Okay, and that's just whatever the number my hit dice is. Do I roll a hit dice?
You do not roll hit dice. Whatever your max hit die is, like your maximum amount of hit dice.
So if you have 2 hit die, then it would be 2 or 3
Mhm.
for in your case because you're level 3.
Okay, so 9, 12. Okay.
And then 1 notch left in this one. Okay.
I'm gonna cast on myself. A cure wounds.
Okay.
We can also just take 10 minutes and use a hit die if you prefer to save a spell slot,
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
because I can use that 10 minutes for myself too.
Yep. So it's 10 minutes per hit die you want to spend.
I'll use.
What a roll! Oh,
Yes, sir.
Wow, Ire, you got almost max, and Oreo got actual minimum.
hey, so there's always winners and losers, right?
Apparently. All right, so it looks like you guys are spending 10 minutes to recuperate and relax and patch up. So what are you going to do after that?
We got to go through these lockers here.
Before then, Galen, are you doing a recuperate as well? You're
Yeah,
less
I'm
than
gonna go
half.
ahead. No, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that as well.
Okay, so go ahead and roll one of your hit dice then.
Yep.
And see how much you get. Okay.
Nice.
That's not bad. I mean,
13.
it's near the top. Actually, no, it's not. It's near the bottom.
No,
but
nowhere near the
it
top.
wasn't the absolute bottom, at least. All right, so Ragu, now that the battle is over, you notice that the metal cabinets do seem to be open in this area, despite the way the graphics look. You do see that most of them are empty, although one of them has it looks like a spherical object that's made out of crystal. It's about the size of a baseball, and it is clear.
A clear spherical object.
Yeah, so it's definitely crystalline in origin, and it's pretty clear, yeah, it's about the size of a baseball. And Ragu, when you touch it, actually, let me back up. Do you touch it?
Yeah, because I'm going to wind up touching it to identify anyway.
Okay, when you touch it, then you feel that it's slightly warm.
Okay. Go ahead and very carefully put that away and make mention to Pico that we will be needing to identify this pretty soon. So our next short break for 10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, you look through the other lockers, but unfortunately, it looks like they've been empty for a very long time.
Okay. Is there anything else in this room under the tables, or any more runes scratched into the table legs or down below?
Okay, so you start looking around. Whoever's looking can go ahead and make a perception check or investigation or whatever you want. Or whichever you want, I mean.
Pico, will you give me some assistance?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay,
Ooh.
so yeah, you're looking around and you don't see any markings, but you do find that one of the drawers has survived, and when you open it, you're surprised, to see a drawer that survived, and you open it and it's empty. Then you go feeling back there, and it seems like there was a hidden compartment, and then so you peel away some of the metal, and behind it you find another 10 of those square coin-sized objects.
Okay. Got him. Guess that was my time. Anybody else?
That's true. Is anybody else doing anything?
These ones over here can search next to my token.
Sorry, that. Oh, the table's been searched and the metal cabinets are open, and you can see that they're empty.
Okay.
And similar to down here as well.
Gotcha.
I got a question about those security things. I mean, they show round as the map, but are they like dome shaped or what's their?
Yeah, when I say hemispherical, I actually mean dome shaped.
Okay.
And yeah, so you can see that half of that dome is solid, and then the other half has these strange metal pieces. It's hard to even grasp what they're for. It just seems like a jumble of metal with the tubes, cylindrical tubes sticking out. Okay. You guys have searched that room already, Pico. So, as a reminder, there was a passage over here that
Yeah.
led to to those large green glass tubes, and there was a shaft here that seemed to lead downward, perhaps to more rooms down below.
I believe there was a little bit left up top on this side as well, so wherever we wanted to try and go.
Can we use
We already thoroughly checked that other top area, I think.
No, I thought there were still going straight up doors we have not yet opened.
I'm pretty sure we went through all of them. I mean, you can go double check, but I'm pretty sure that was covered.
And as a reminder, there was one door up there that is currently closed that you guys had looked in and then had decided to close it behind you.
With your model Earth, can you cover the turrets or whatnot, the things that are here, with all of it completely with dirt?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking into, but I need everybody to be on one side or the other before I start doing this. Plus, I'd like to have a bit of extra dirt. So I'm going to need Ragu's help with that, ideally.
Okay. I'll be there in just a moment. Jeremy, there's this one door here that's not open.
Yeah, you guys had closed that intentionally.
Oh, is that the one with the hissing sound?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I was just double checking, making sure, because I thought there were some doors up there that we didn't do yet. Okay. I shall be here to help you.
Okay, so what my plan is that as big as these turrets are, I mean, while I've probably got enough dirt, the thing is that I want to make sure that there's something to hide behind because it's maybe hard to effectively hide behind the dirt if I'm moving it. So what I'm going to do is, if everybody stays, are we going to all be on the north side or the south side? It's important that everybody's on the same side because it's going to determine which half of this dirt I move.
Okay, I think we're all going to be done here. And then you can move that half of the dirt over there, and we just cannot get to that upper part again without some more adjustments.
Okay, so then what I'm going to be doing is, let me go ahead and update the shape.
Get it in the wrong direction. Oh wait, they ignore you. Never mind. You can walk anywhere you want.
Did they ignore him?
Galen, yes.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I was gonna say, did we want to make it more like a wall, like this direction?
So this is the barricade I'm leaving so far. So what I'm doing is the top half I'm going to go ahead and pile on top of this. And then the idea being is, well, I guess now I can use that as a barricade, so I could move the other pile on top of that, but that means that everybody's got to be completely out of sight of this turret. So if anybody
Okay.
wants to hide somewhere, better move because once I clear out this that oval piece, then there's nothing to hide behind.
So I shall move right over here to give you assistance.
All right, so
And
the
everybody
rest
else
of the
looks
dirt
to
I'm
be
going to
behind the
pile
wall.
here.
No, Ire, down here, yes. Stay behind the wall.
Yeah. All right.
So as you're doing that, I have to ask, are you going into that room and walking around like that, or are you just...
No, no, no.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Staying.
All right, there we go. So yeah, it'd probably take about a minute to cover up both of them.
So you're just basically moving the dirt around so that it covers basically covers the domes.
Yeah, with that whole arc-shaped wall I had, I took the north half of it, covered the first dome, and then taking advantage of it being covered, used it as concealment to hide behind as I moved the dirt onto the other one as well.
Okay. So one thing you notice is that after about, I would say about 30 seconds, they start turning around, and you notice that they start kind of spinning, and after a while, you notice that the those there's a that cylindrical protrusion starts kind of wearing an opening in the dirt. So how thick is the dirt?
Well, it's hard to say. I mean, there
I
were
can-
6 hexes worth, and that's 5 cubic feet, and I assume that the
Okay, that's
domes.
fair. So they do that. You can hear them doing that. You can see the dirt shuffling around, but I think they're unable to get it off them using that means. So yep. So they are. You can hear them kind of turning, and you can see the dirt shuffling around, but it seems stable for the moment.
All right. Well, if everybody's, why do I have a square? That's so weird.
What's up?
Have a square.
I don't know why I have a yellow square around me.
I don't see any
And nobody else
square.
can see it.
Yeah, but yeah, take a look at my screen.
Oh, weird. I don't know why, but let's just move on. We'll figure it out later.
Revenge of the National Geographic copyright infringement.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so now that you're here, like I said, here's the shaft down here, and then of course there's the tunnel here. And ahead of you, you see these large glass-looking cylindrical objects, and you see there's some sort of green liquid inside that seems to be glowing. And you see that some of them have bits of what look like bodies of some sort, or at least flesh. But it's not complete enough to make out what the original creatures were, assuming they were creatures.
Not gonna step in the room. Just gonna peek my head out far enough to look around the corner.
All right, so you do so, and to the north and south you see doors, metal doors with the handprints. They look like they're dimly lit up, and you see what look like work desks, perhaps, although they are covered with plant material. You see stairs that lead into a lower section where two of the cylindrical objects are. So what do you do?
All right, we're gonna explore this room here.
I think yes. I would like some of that stuff. Or maybe there will be some documents at the workstations I can bring back.
Yeah, let's check the desks first. I mean, I'd like to think that whatever's inside those isn't gonna bust its way out, but that sounds like it relies more on luck than we normally would have.
Okay,
Right.
so you walk over to one of the desks, and you see on the surface of the desk this extremely flat surface that is very smooth and very different than the rotting wood that makes up the bulk of the desk. You also see some sort of metallic object that it's this kind of weird shaped, almost like a hook, but it's kind of wide at one end. And it seems to be aimed at whatever that flat surface is. So what do you do?
Will you help me with an investigation, or I will help you with a perception, or
I can
what would you
help
like?
Ragu investigate.
Okay,
Righty.
sure, go ahead.
So I would like to try and pick up that square, that shiny flat square on there.
Okay,
There.
so yeah, you're looking at it, and that flat surface seems to be embedded in the desk. Um, you could probably pry it out, but you're not sure if that would break something. It does. You get the sense that it's at least somewhat fragile. And based on the way that object pointing at the desk is, you imagine almost like it would be some sort of source of illumination or something perhaps, but you don't see any way that could work.
Yeah, there's no buttons or anything on it, pawing at it and moving it around and looking.
It looks like there is a dark panel that had maybe some sort of controls at one point, but you can see that it's broken. You can see plants growing out of it. It doesn't look like anything that you can just touch and use.
Hmm.
And in the
Any idea?
meantime, sorry to interrupt, but in the meantime, Devok, Oreo, and Ire, I notice you're down in that hallway still. And Galen, you're still in that room. So what are you guys doing?
They go.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I don't like the green room. I don't like it in there. I don't know if I really want to go inside.
I'm curious if I can if I get any memories from these.
You might. Go ahead and roll a d8. Are you going all the way over there?
I mean, do I need to be close enough to like?
Well, you can see it, so you can start from there
Okay.
if you want.
Don't touch them,
Hmm.
dude. They're weird.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to tell Ire. There was a couple memories that I had inside of this thing about other shadow kind going and partaking in the experiment, which was apparently permanent and like a
Hmm.
big decision. And I think it has something to do with this, because aren't there like bodies inside of here? Like there's things.
There are bits of flesh and potentially bits of bodies, but they're not complete enough to tell what they were originally, if anything.
Yeah, that's gross. I don't like it.
Anyway, Ire, you're looking around and you get the sense that perhaps you should have. This should be familiar, but you don't remember anything.
Mhm.
All right, so unless anybody else is doing anything, I can go back to Ragu. All right, so Ragu, go ahead and continue.
Well, do you having any ideas, my friend Pico, on how to get this iPad out of here?
A what?
This strange flat thingy. It's technological and it's obviously an artifact and it's proof of civilization. This is precisely the type of things I must be bringing back.
I guess I'll take a look at this thing.
Okay, so you're trying to figure out how to remove it from the desk without damaging it.
Yeah.
All right. You can go ahead and make an investigation check, or if you have a more useful skill that you can think of, we can try it.
Actually, I do. My artificers and tinker tools.
Oh, you can use your
those-
artificer skill. You can do that. All right. Yeah, you're looking around and you think that you could probably pry it out, using a crowbar or something. But like I said, there's a good chance that might cause damage. You don't see anything more obvious than that at the moment.
Wonder if perception or insight would work. Not necessarily that I'd be able to remove it myself, but with the idea of maybe understanding what they were trying to do. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure if insight would work, but perception definitely would.
all right.
And I'll help you out if I can.
Fair enough. So yeah, you can roll again, Pico. All right. So it looks like it looks like it was meant to be permanently housed, but it looks like if you were somehow able to cut the wood around it, then you could probably you have a good guess of how big it would be inside, so you could probably cut it out.
Okay. I've got a small saw in my tinker tools. Would that take a long time, or
Probably,
just
because
do-
this would be this looks like some fairly thick wood, which obviously would have to be to survive this long. So you'd probably need a decent sized saw for this.
Okay. This is probably going to be taking a very long time. Should we investigate everything else? We can always come back to this later.
Yeah, I
Anybody?
suppose. I'm
Okay.
curious to get a closer look at these tanks.
Yes.
Okay, as you approach Pico, you notice that the liquid starts churning, and you can see shapes starting to form, and the glass or whatever it is starts to crack.
Wait, I thought you said that the stuff inside wasn't complete.
It's not. It seems to be the liquid itself that is reacting.
I'm backing off.
Yeah, is this where the skull slimes came from?
Anyway, as you back off, you hear a large cracking noise, and I'm gonna have you roll initiative.
I told you, man. Those things are gross.
And as you do so, you notice
Oh,
that the
slime.
liquid actually starts leaking out and forming into these oozes.
The skull slimes.
All right, has everybody rolled? It looks like it.
No,
Okay, go ahead.
I need to roll.
With my
There you go.
hatred, do I get a bonus to initiative?
Sure. Go ahead and roll initiative again. If you get a higher number, we'll take it.
Thank you. Did that work? I clicked it. Did that work?
I think it
No.
detects you already calculated it, so just go ahead and
I'll do it this way.
do it manually. Yeah. All right. Looks like that worked. So I'll edit your initiative, and here we go. So this will be round one, and despite your hatred, though, Pico and Oreo are really paying attention. So, Pico, what are you going to do?
Oh, you stupid, stupid creature. I'm going to go ahead and try and Booming Blade.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Are you guys going to rush this thing?
I don't have to rush that one. I got 4 to kill.
All right, because I'm going to try and Booming Blade one of them.
Okay. That is successful. And you know from your previous combat with these that their AC is 5.
All right, well, I am going to go ahead and back off. Guess since Galen's got their way blocked, I'll stand here.
Okay. All right, Oreo. You see one of them has been damaged slightly. What are you going to do?
What do we remember about these again? I'm asking the team.
Hold
They
on a
eat
sec.
owls.
Seriously though, what is it about these that we know
They have
about?
a pseudopod attack, well, a viscous pseudopod attack that can do a d6 plus 3, I think was what I came up with.
And if they get a grapple on you, yeah,
if
go ahead.
you don't make a DC 13 dex save, then you get restrained. If DC 13 strength check to break free. And it looks like there's a DC 13 to 17 con save to avoid being poisoned.
Not only that, if they pull you into them, they can slowly digest you as
We want
grappled.
to stay away. Okay, got it. All right, I just wanted to be sure.
Well, that's part of the restrained thing.
Yeah, so you can run up as long as you have the ability to run back like Pico does. Otherwise, yeah, you don't want to stay close. Galen, you remember staying away from these, right?
What are the things here, Jeremy, that are in the back? Is that something obstructing us from standing there?
These are desks there. You can get on top, but to get on top, it acts like rough terrain to climb up.
That's fine. Okay, so I'll go ahead first and move. That would put me at 25, so I'm there, and I'm gonna use my bow to shoot at number. I think that's 1.
Okay,
Um,
go ahead.
hold on.
That's a hit. All right, so 7 points as
And
the
that's-
arrow sinks into toward its core.
That's it. I'm gonna reload.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, here they are, the terrors of the owls. What are you gonna do?
Swing away.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
swing. Just running, yelling.
Yep. And that
25.
hits.
5 points.
All right.
And then I follow that up.
And that hits too.
8 more.
Oh, you do more damage punching these things than you do swinging at them.
Yeah, maybe I should get a second set of brass knuckles. Maybe enchant them both with something, pow pow.
Anyway, is that the end of your turn?
Unless I have the ability to kick as a free action.
No. Alrighty. Okay, Devok, you can see that Ragu is pounding on one of the oozes. What are you gonna do?
I will shoot one of them.
Which one?
Which one? Not the one that he's hitting.
Okay. Well, you know that ooze 3 over here has been hurt, and
Yeah.
ooze 1 up there has also been hurt.
Two, it's 3.
All right, so that's a hit. Okay.
3.
Okay. 3 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Mhm.
All right, Galen, your favorite oozes are here. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I hate these things. I'll shoot fire at 3.
Okay.
No, oh no.
That's still a hit. They have an
What?
AC of 5.
So I can't miss.
Yeah, but it's still good to roll in case you get a crit.
That's true.
Oh wait, I lied. I'm sorry. If you get a 1, it's an automatic miss regardless. So sorry, you do
Okay.
miss. But
Yeah, that's fine.
otherwise you
I
would
could
hit.
have expected it. Yeah,
All right, is that the end of your turn?
I guess so.
All right. All right. Ooze 1. 1, 2.
Boom.
Okay, go ahead. And how much damage does it take?
Should be a D8. Oh wow, whopping 2.
Okay, where is their movement? There it is. All right. All right, so he takes 2 points of damage. And he doesn't seem to really notice. And let's see if he's close enough to do anything. He is not. So, all right, that's the end of his turn. Ooze 1 starts moving as well. Ooze 6 is going to attack Ragu. And with a 22, Ragu, does that hit? 22.
That does hit.
Okay. So you take 7 points of damage and have to succeed a DC 13 dexterity saving throw. Which you do not succeed at. So at this point in time, you are restrained and inside Ooze 6. Ire, you see that Ragu has been consumed by Ooze 6, and Ooze 1 and 3 are slowly converging on your position. What are you going to do?
Well, I don't think I can move anymore without getting hit by Ooze
Well,
1
they're
here.
not technically in melee range, so if you go straight down, you can move without getting hit.
Okay, I'll run up to 6 here.
Okay.
Take
Oh,
a
you need to
swing
get
at it.
away when you're done. Swing away, but you need to get away when you're done. But thank you so much.
Bop.
Actually, there's no
Ooh.
real need to. It's already got you enveloped. Although there's the other one to
Envelope.
worry about, I guess.
Anyway, that does hit.
That does.
Yeah, it does hit. Anything but their
A
AC
1.
is 5, so pretty much anybody can roll anything but a 1.
Yeah.
Smash into him. All right, so is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Ooze 2 moves over and attacks you, Ire. With a 10, so because it should have moved one more, but it didn't, so it's a 10, so it misses. All right, round 2. Pico, Ragu has been consumed. Ire is close to being surrounded. What are you going to do?
All right, you guys will probably want to keep your distance, but I'm going to go ahead and loop around to try to help
You
deal
wanna-
with the one that got Ragu.
Yeah, you wanna keep your distance from that one in the end. I'm getting out of here on my turn.
That's a hit. All right, for
Excellent.
6 points. She sliced into it.
And you think you're getting out?
Think so.
Well, I guess I can. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
All right.
stuck in the wall.
Oops. Oh,
What's wrong? Oh,
He got stuck in a wall.
moved to the doorway and ended up in a different room.
oh, okay.
All right. Well, actually, no, I got a different idea. Let's see. I was right there when this happened. I'm gonna try and move there, if that's possible.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Oreo. Ragu is consumed. Ire is being surrounded. What are you going to do?
Am I able to hit the one that they're surrounded by?
I would say so. Yeah.
Is because that thing is flanked, would I have advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a hit. Okay. For 15 points of damage. Definitely a really good hit, but it is still alive.
And I stay put.
All right, so Ragu, you take.
Is it at the beginning of my turn or at the end?
I think it's the beginning of your turn. You take 3 points, but now you can spend your turn to try to break free with a DC 10 strength check.
shoot, I can just break free with that.
Oh, sorry, not a DC 10. DC 13 strength check.
Well, still, I can just break free with that. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to make your strength check with DC 13.
Yeah, and Ire and Pico are too close. I am going to have to do that instead. I was just going to light off a firebomb point blank, and it would have exploded both of us. But I'd be out and he'd be dead.
Hmm.
Ragu's pissed.
Is that what
But
you're
you
going to
guys
do?
are too. No, Ire and Pico are too close. I didn't want to knock them down too with one of the fire grenades.
Fair enough.
So I am going to have to do the
Well,
strength.
And actually, is it possible to do that while restrained?
Actually, that's a good point. No, it actually isn't. You have to break free before you can do that anyway.
Oh, I could just reach it to my pocket, pull it out, and push the button?
Well, you're restrained, so you can't move.
Okay. In that case, yeah. We'll move.
And you are unfortunately still restrained.
Okay.
Wait a second, it's a DC 13.
It is.
I use my reaction to make a DC 13.
How does that work?
1 second.
And it turns out he could have attacked while restrained, but he would have disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Arcane Deflection. At second level, if you learn to weave your magic to fortify yourself against harm, you gain a +2 bonus to your AC and attack, or a +2 or a +4 bonus to a saving throw.
Unfortunately, this is a strength check, not a strength save. The difference is
Oh.
a save is when something's happening to you. Here, you're trying to break free, so it's a check, not a save.
In that case, I have to re-roll that because that's a strength save.
Fair enough. And you succeed.
Okay.
So you break out, and you are now free. That took your action, though. However, if you still have a bonus action, you can still use it.
I do have a bonus action. Come on.
Okay, that's a miss.
Actually, I should have rolled advantage because that's hatred. So this
Okay.
is my second roll.
All right. All right.
7 points.
Yeah, it's a solid hit. But somehow it's still alive. I'll just let you know it has 1 hit point. Is that the end of your turn?
Okay. That is.
All right, Davak. Ooze 6 is down to 1 hit point, and Ragu just broke free. What are you gonna do?
Finish off the one at 1 hit point.
Okay. And that hits, and it basically melts.
Nice. And that's my turn.
All right, Galen. One of them is down, and Ragu is finally free. What are you gonna do?
Very good.
Looking like a contestant on a Nickelodeon game show.
Yep.
Yeah, seriously. Is there any ooze that's been hurt? I can't really see their bars.
No, we've all attacked the same one, I
These
think.
two have been hurt.
Oh, have
Alright,
they?
I'll,
Oh, never mind.
I'll hit this one then, the
Okay.
middle one. Fire.
That's a hit.
There we
Alright.
go.
Solid 7 points of damage.
Yep, and I will continue to hold my spot in the hallway.
Fair enough. All right, Ooze 3. 1, 2 is going to move up to Davak and attempt to attack, but he fails miserably. Ooze 1 is going to move up, and with his long reach is able to reach Oreo even on the table, and attempt to attack, which also fails. All right, Ire, the ooze is right in front of you, and this ooze has not been hurt. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna move around, hit Ooze 3.
Okay, so you have to basically move either to there or to there.
Yeah, I'll just move right here.
Okay, as you move, Ooze 2 takes his opportunity attack, which fails. Go ahead.
Bop. Hoo-hoo.
All right, you hit for 7 points of damage. And this ooze is being worn away. He is now at less than half health. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Ooze 2 is going to move 2 so that he has advantage on you, Ire, and it is now going to attack. And it gets a 23, which I believe is a hit. So you
Yep.
take 6 bludgeoning damage, and you have to make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
Uh-oh.
And you have been consumed.
Uh,
And now we're at round 3. Pico, Ire has been consumed after taking a fairly hefty hit. What are you going to do?
Jeez. All right, he's in the one next to Ragu, right? All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I got to squeeze between the two. I'm gonna go ahead and smack Ooze. What's the one in the middle there?
Ooze 3.
Actually, let's see. Where was I? I lost track of how much movement I had.
I think you were over here.
Oh, okay. That would have been here then, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3. So first I'm going to move here so I can get it. Wait, why do I even care about advantage on this? Never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze through. I'm going to attack the center of the oozes
Okay.
with my weak attack.
Okay. And that hits.
Then I'm going to go ahead. And again, why do I care about advantage? Okay, whatever. I guess I got advantage this time, but
Okay.
I tell you the main attack against the bottom one.
That hits for 7 points.
I guess doubling the chances of a crit maybe, but
Yeah, fair enough. And you're used to things that are harder to hit than this, so there you go. Is that the end of your turn?
yeah.
All right, Oreo, you have an ooze right up in your face, but that means he's within melee range.
Yeah, he is. But is the one? Can I still hit the one that's in front of Devok?
You can, but if you're in melee range with a creature, if you make a ranged attack, it's at disadvantage.
But I'm not hitting the one in front of me. I'm hitting the one next to it. It's still at range.
Right, but I'm pretty sure if you're in melee with anything, then you're at disadvantage with ranged.
For what it's worth, you could actually dance around it just falling down 2 hexes, and then that puts you in range of the other. The drawback, though, is it puts you between the two, so that one could hit you with advantage, depending.
However, you have disadvantage with creatures with an AC of 5, so take that into account.
That's not the reason why I care about that. I want to make as much use of the sneak attack as I
Okay,
can.
fair enough.
Fine. I'll just hit the one in front of me then.
Okay, you hit. Okay, 4 points of damage. You stab him, and you hit the second time for another 6.
That's it.
Okay.
Do these slimes count as constructs or anything?
No, for her ability, it's golems and automata, and they do not count as either of those.
Okay, just thought I'd check.
Fair enough. And Ragu, you have the ooze right in front of you. You have advantage.
Don't know why I need it, but yes,
Well, you might get a crit.
that's true.
Okay, 5 points on your first attack. As you cut into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack.
Okay, and you hit a second time for another 5 points, for a total of 10. Solid hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Devok, this ooze is right up in your face in melee range. What are you going to do? Just as a reminder, if you're in melee, then you have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
If I move, does it have an opportunity
It
attack?
does.
Okay, it does, you said?
It does, yes.
No, not if you move between the 2 oozes, but of course that means they can attack you with advantage if the time comes.
Here, I'll take out my spear and just stab it.
Okay, which one? Ooze 1?
Ooze 1? Yeah.
Okay. That's a hit. All right, you stab
Alright.
it for 5 points of damage. Not too bad. Is that the end of your turn? All right, Galen, you see there's 3 oozes left. The ooze in the middle is hurt pretty badly, at about a third of his health. What are you going to do?
I'll shoot the very hurt ooze.
Okay,
It's shooty. Pew!
that's a hit.
No. Alright. Nice.
All right, solid 8 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right, so ooze Oh, sorry. Ooze 3 is going to attack Devok, because there he is. He does not have advantage, so that's a 13, which misses.
Can Ooze 3 reach Devok?
That was, yeah, because he's right next to him. He's this one up here.
Oh, I thought that was Ooze 1.
Ooze
I'm
1 is
looking
the
at the
one on top.
names.
Yeah,
Alright,
the
yeah.
name's underneath.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, the highlighting was accurate.
Okay.
All right, so Ooze 1 is then going to attack Oreo, because obviously she's in range and attacking, but with the 6 does not hit. And Ire, you are currently inside. You take 4 points of damage as it starts trying to dissolve you. And if you want to try to escape, you can make a DC 13 strength check.
Oh, strength check.
Yes.
Yeah, I made the same mistake.
Well, no dice either way.
All right, you are still consumed. All right, and then Ooze 2. Well, you are consumed. It can still attack. Okay, so it is going to attack Ragu. And it strikes at Ragu, but Ragu is angry and avoids all the attacks. And it's now the beginning of round 4. So Pico, Ooze 2 is still has Ire consumed. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to move here, and I'm going to attack. I guess it's Ooze 3, the one in the middle.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you obviously hit for 6 points of damage, and you can see that it is barely hanging in there, but it's still alive. And then you take it out.
All right.
Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm going to move back to where I was to make sure that Ragu has advantage still.
Fair enough. All right, Oreo, this ooze keeps trying to attack you. What are you going to do? Try to kill it, I see. All right, 6 points of damage, and another 4.
Okay.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right, Ragu, the ooze in front of you is still alive, and you have advantage.
Here's a dumb question. Can I reverse grapple it?
It is big and ooze-like. I don't think you're going to get anywhere grappling it.
No, reverse grapple. I want to reach my hand inside the goo, grab Ire, and pull him out physically.
Okay, that's interesting. You would have
Reverse
to rip
grapple.
it open enough to get in there, which if your normal sword attacks can't do, I don't see you being able to just reach in there and do that, unfortunately.
Just worth asking, at least.
Yeah, no problem. It's good to think about it. But so what are you going to do instead?
Swing away.
Okay, that's a hit. Nice, solid 12 points of damage. You're really getting angry. And a critical hit for another 11 points. Wow, you're really smashing this guy. Is that the end of your turn?
That would be yes.
All right, Devok. Ooze 2 is almost dead thanks to Ragu beating into it. What are you going to do?
We'll move up, and then I will shoot it.
Okay. That's a hit.
Okay. 7 damage.
Solid 7 points, and it is almost dead. Is that the end of your turn? All right, Galen. Ooze 2 is almost dead, but is still Ire still inside, and Ooze 1 is attacking Oreo. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to attack. If I attack the ooze that Ira's inside, does he take damage or?
No, Ire
how
doesn't
does
take damage because the ooze is all around him.
And it's a
Okay,
lot more ooze than there is of ire.
Exactly.
got it. I'll move up then and I'll shoot that ooze. Shoot that ooze. Do I
Yep.
get advantage because it's surrounded?
You do.
Not that it really matters, but
Well, you might get a
for
crit.
exactly for the crit.
All
I
right,
did.
that's a hit.
Bang.
And
free
you take
Ire.
him out, and Ire is finally free. Is that the end of your turn?
Yay. No, I'm going to run away like a coward.
Fair enough. All right, Ooze 1 is going to try again. Just try to consume Oreo, but not with that roll. It's a complete failure. All right, Ire, you are now free. You hit the ground, but you're able to get back up. What are you going to do?
I will come over to Ooze 1.
Okay.
Give him a nice tap. Oh no!
And you miss.
No way! I didn't know it was possible.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, round 5. So, Pico, there's one ooze that's left that Ire somehow missed. What are you going to do?
All right, well, I will move over here to help flank.
You have advantage. Okay. You hit. All right. Oh,
11
those are
points
both your
total.
attacks. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, 11 points total, it looks like. So, good hit. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Oreo. This creature is in front of you. You now have advantage. Okay, you have advantage, so you can roll those again to see if you crit. Jeez, that's enough damage. It's dead, so never mind. All right, so that will be the end of the combat. So, what do you guys do?
I guess we
You
should.
know,
infest
Ragu,
them.
it's no wonder that these things were so effective in the swamp battle of 683.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
that was when the Tabaxi clans were fighting against the Empire of Zar to retake East Ladderwind. And there was a noteworthy battle that took place in a swamp. And basically, the Zar army was lured into a bunch of these creatures. And the oozes basically killed more of the Empire of Zar than the Tabaxi fighters, resistance fighters, did.
Huh. Okay.
Sometimes the best fights are ones where you don't even have to do the fighting.
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, so there's ooze bits all over the place. So what are you gonna do? And by the way, you guys haven't actually named them yet, unless the skull slime.
Skull
or
Slime.
That's what they're
Yes,
named.
that is their name, Skull Slimes.
All right, I'll change their
Sorry.
text at some point.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I made that clear last game when they ate my owl. I called them Skull Slimes.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure what is an official name for you, or what's a joke name like Cthulhu Panther.
That's still a good name. I'm just saying.
That's just a big mouthful of a name. It's kind of a big name. It's like, oh, watch out, the wolves are coming, or oh, watch out, the haba flaba flaba flabas. And by the time you finish saying their name, you're dead.
Cthulhu Panther? I don't think
Kind of a
it takes
mouthful.
that long to say. Cthulhu Panther.
I think it's a mouthful. I don't know.
Well, what is their real name is harder for me to pronounce, but that's just because I haven't taken Spanish in a while.
Oh, that's
Doesn't
right. You
it
guys
like,
did come up with a name. All right, fair enough.
yeah,
Anyway, so what are you gonna do?
Oreo, what is the name for that again? Can you say it again?
For what?
The
Not the-
panthers that you named.
Oh no, I think what you're thinking of is the
Or
fruit.
is that the berry? The berry.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's the Sochil daiquiri berry.
Okay. Did
Well,
we name
given the
cats?
parasites, I think I'd just fine calling them plague beasts or something.
Yeah, I called them worm dogs.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever.
We can decide on a formal name later. Let's investigate this room.
All right. So at this point in time, all of these large glass cylinders are all broken. You can see that and much of the contents is spilled, and you can tell that those oozes were actually inside of this. And then you can see the bits of flesh on the ground that were also in there, kind of wiggling around. But otherwise, nothing else is happening.
Okay, I need to investigate the meat bits right now.
Okay.
Ew,
While they're still moving around, I need to perform some medicine checks on them to see like what I have no fucking clue what it is. I don't have even a good idea of a question to ask. I just want to know what's going on with them.
I'd like
Okay.
to help him with that.
You helping me out? Okay,
Yeah. Go
awesome.
ahead and make your medicine check then.
Sweet.
All right. So you're prodding at these, looking at them, and they look very similar to some sort of to animal meat, but it okay. Anyway, yeah, hold on. I have to go do something.
Okay. How about that airline food, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's all I got, folks.
Yes, sir.
I wonder why they didn't take the meat with them.
Sorry about that. So, oh yeah, the bits of meat. So yeah, they seem to be muscle, and some
Okay.
sort of muscle from an animal. Although you get the sneaking suspicion that it might also be from a humanoid.
Yeah, like it's the shadow kind meat.
It's
Okay.
possible, but unfortunately, it's not complete enough for you to be able to tell.
Okay, but the interesting thing is it's twitching, and with my limited medical knowledge, I noticed that that means there's still some signals going through it, or at least it was very recently somewhat alive.
And that's true. And you're guessing that the signals were either somehow going through the liquid or from the oozes.
Hmm. Strange. And that's all I get. I don't know. I
Yep.
don't know anything more about the meats. All right. I wonder why, if they were alive, why did the slimes leave it behind? Why did they not eat the meat? Or like maybe somehow the experiment failed and the meat was supposed to be used, but it didn't. It created some weird other thing.
Maybe the leftover meat is just what it could not digest.
Ire, can you tell if any of this stuff is working, like these artifacts on the desk? And Galen, maybe you might recognize something?
I don't, as much as I don't want to think about the tubes, I might recognize something with them.
Yeah.
Well, no, not the tubes. I'm talking about these rectangular things on the desk.
Oh, I don't see them. Can you move?
Oh, basically each desk has a flat rectangular
these.
thing on there that's very smooth compared to the wood. Yeah, you might recognize something. So both you and I can roll your d8s.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
No.
Hey.
What
You
if
don't
we
have
get
to
the same
synchronize your
number?
rolls.
Yeah, we get a bonus for that.
No.
They roll
Well,
doubles.
Yep.
Galen, you can try again if you really,
No,
really
no, no,
want.
please, no. I can't trip out in this terrifying room.
Just joking.
Well, what's up with this door down here?
So, like I said, it's a metal door. It has a one of the handprint to the side. It seems to be glowing slightly.
I guess I'll try one of these little green discs to open it. Or
And what color is it glowing?
It's just an orangish color.
Oh, that means it's already unlocked.
So you're gonna press it.
sure.
Alrighty. So you press it, and it opens up another room to the south. And inside, you see two more
No.
of those glowing green vats. And you see vine-covered metal tables. It looks like it's hard to tell. And yeah, I think from that angle, that's all you can see.
Hey, more oozes. Who wants to
Yeah.
ambush?
No, no, no. Let's
Uh,
leave them alone. They're more valuable to us in the tube because we might be able to figure out what's going on with them if
Ragu
we don't
starts
mess with them.
strongly walking through the door.
No.
Does somebody
No.
grab him?
Shut the door. We need to
Well, if
figure
you're
out
gonna
what they are
attack, I
first.
recommend attacking straight through the glass.
Worship, please. No, leave them alone.
All right, so Ragu's trying to get through the doors. Anybody trying to stop him?
I'm kind of attempting to shut the door, yeah.
Okay, Galen is attempting to shut the door. Unfortunately for Galen, Ragu is significantly stronger. So, is anybody else doing anything?
I'm waiting to see what the rest of the party does here. It might very
All
well be
right,
more
hold
valuable
on,
to us.
Ragu. Maybe Galen's got a point. These ones are in an isolated room. We don't have to do anything about them right now. And maybe we'll learn something useful that as far as dealing with them later.
Fine.
All right, what do you do, Ragu?
I just did it. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Hello?
you. I heard you
Okay.
growl, but are you doing any? Are you trying to push through, or are you backing off?
I was listening to Pico as I was gurring and shaking, and then once Pico was done talking, it was fine, and slumped my shoulders.
Okay.
All right.
As much
but
as I
you
want to
said
go
there-
bash him, Pico does have a point.
There is a desk in there, right?
There are two metal tables. As far as you can tell from here, there's nothing on them but vines. However, now that you've peeked in a bit more, you see that there is a metal door over here. The design looks a little different, and you do see a handprint next to it, but the handprint is completely dark. So you don't think it'll work, based on previous experience.
All right. I got a compromise. I'm going to try and sneak in and check these desks. And Ragu, if those things start doing anything funky, I guess you can do what you do best.
Well,
Okay,
have
so
we messed
so-
with the tablets out here? Or the things out here?
Yeah, they spent some time on those earlier, Ragu and
Okay.
Pico.
So I'm going to sneak over to this desk here and try and inspect it.
Okay, so yeah, from that distance, you can see the liquid bubbling, but nothing else happens. And yeah, you start looking around, and you can see a sort of flat metal desk, and you can see there's scratches, and like maybe there's tools used with them on them or something like that. But they do seem to be very plain desks or tables.
No drawers or anything?
No. It looks like there was some work that was done on them at one point, but they weren't used to store anything.
I forget. Did we do anything that where we were able to energize some of these locks? Because there's one that's dark over here.
I believe we were casting cantrips, but I'm not sure if it's directly into the lock or into something else. I think in the cave of the automata, it was the locks we were literally casting magic into.
Mhm.
The four corner
Uh,
ones before we found that big generator stone.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah.
We may have to ignore this. There's a door in here, but there's another door to the north. Why don't we go ahead and check that? So we'll close this door, and we can look over here.
Fair enough. Okay, you do so, and you see a very similar looking room and a very similar looking door. that unfortunately the handprint is also dark.
Hmm.
And as a reminder, you also have the that shaft that you guys were able to find before as well.
Yeah, let's check the shaft out real quick.
Okay.
And it's going down or up or both?
It does go up a little bit, maybe about 5 feet, and then suddenly ends. It goes down quite a ways. It gets dark, so it's hard to tell. But with your extended night vision or dark vision, you can see that it's at least 20 feet, and there is some sort of room or something down there. You can see a bunch of metal debris down there.
I'm going to go ahead and lower my lantern down. I should be able to get it about 30 feet, I believe, using Mage Hand.
Yep. Yeah. So the shaft seems to go down, like I said, 20 feet, and then there's a bunch of metal debris at the bottom, and then there seems to be an opening, and there's some sort of larger room that it's in.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and hook my grappling hook up here, and I am going to go ahead and head down.
Fair enough.
I'll be right behind you.
Okay. So as you go down, I'll just go ahead and ask to make it easier: is everybody going, or just those two?
Is there
Well,
any reason not to go?
I figured I'd take a quick peek, and if it looks normal, then we can all go.
Okay, let me
Sounds
just go
good
ahead
to
and move you get everybody to the map then, and if you decide not to stay, then that's fine. All right, so at the bottom you find yourselves in a fairly small room with there's just these metal doors that obviously once covered this area, but they seem to be ripped open. You see metal debris and bars. And then as you look around, you see another area with very similar that goes downward, but it goes upward as well, but seems to be completely blocked off. It looks like it's collapsed from above. And I noticed that over here, you notice that there's these motionless cylinders that are about 6 feet tall, and on each side there are these shaped metal pieces, U-shaped metal pieces with a small cylinder at the center of each one of those. But it doesn't seem to be active right now. It's not moving it's not illuminated in any way. And the door over here is the handprint next to it is dimly lit.
You said dimly lit?
Yeah, similar to the other ones you were able to open with they're glowing orange, but it is pretty dim.
All right. Oh, I guess that's just the way lighting is. Well, actually, I want to go to the far end here and see if there's anything noteworthy in the corner.
Okay, yeah, you go and you definitely start looking in there. You see this pile of metal debris. You can see some large wound. It's hard to know what to call them. Like, it look kind of like rope, but the individual strands seem to be made out of metal, and it seems to be about about 5 inches wide. And yeah, there's metal bits and beams and other things like that.
Okay, anything investigation worthy or perception worthy for finding and stuff? Or
You can check if you want. Yeah, you're looking, and yeah.
I was going to give you help for perception there, Pico.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking, and it seems to you don't think there's anything hidden over here anyway. It's what you see is what you get. It seems like.
And I'll actually go ahead and poke around doing investigation.
Okay.
I'll help you.
Okay. So yeah, same thing. You're digging around, and you're not sure if any of this is actually useful.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
Well-
thinking there's nothing we're mostly trash and scrap.
Well, let's go ahead and check out this door then.
Alrighty.
Okay. Yep. The door. It's a metal door. You notice that there seems to be a small line in the middle, almost like it splits open in the middle, perhaps. And there's a handprint next to it.
Okay, I'll try to use that.
Okay, you press it, and it slides open with one half of the door going into the wall on one side and the other half going on the other side, and the way it's open seems to be synchronized. And it opens you up into a long hallway. To the north and south, you see more of those objects with the U-shaped shaped metal pieces and the small cylinders. You see several doors, and the hallway bends to the right as you go look north.
Let's check the whole hallway before we start opening doors.
Agreed. And we know that these U-shaped pillar things are safe.
They don't seem to be moving or doing anything.
Okay.
Okay, you look down the hallway, Pico, and you can see another one of those objects toward the end. You see the hallway does come to an end, and then there's two more doors.
All right. Why don't we start from the south and work our way north? We could start with this door right down here.
Hey,
Okay, as you approach that door, as you've been looking at all the doors, you notice that all of them have been lit up, except for the one to the south. That one is, the hand panel is completely dark.
All right. Well, in that case, we can walk all the way over to this door.
All right, and that one does work. And when it slides open, you see a room, and you see that the room is overgrown, like a lot of the rooms. You see two metal cabinets, although the cabinets are currently open. You don't see anything that sticks out. You see a metal table, and you see some really strange beds with the each bed has an arm that looks like it's made out of metal and seems to have needles sticking out of it. And each one has some sort of rectangular flat panel.
can I go in and check it out?
If you want.
I'm asking the group if they're okay with me entering the room.
Go for it.
Sure, I'll go in as well.
Okay.
I'm particularly interested in if these are used in like as a medical equipment, and if I would know if it was like a surgical needle or not.
All right. Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Let me turn off advantage 1 second. I don't get myself excited.
Okay. And while you're at it, before I give you the results of that, go ahead and roll your d8. But because of your skill set, I'm going to say you get to roll you get to roll twice.
Okay. Okay,
All
well,
right.
random then.
You have a memory. It's not related to this room. You remember running around on a grassy hill, and you remember in the distance some weird. Actually, it's normal to you, but weird in your recent experience. Cylindrical plants that seem to rise up in the air like you've seen trees recently, but they're definitely not trees. And then the memory ends. And as far as your medicine check goes, the needles do seem to be like something you might use in medicine, but
Okay.
you're unable to make heads or tails of the rest of it.
Does anybody want to help me?
can I put
dissect
my-
these things?
Can I be putting
Yeah,
my head
I can help.
together with Galen here? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'll help Galen with
Okay.
medicine if he can
Oh,
reroll that.
sure. So in that case, Oreo can go in and help. So I'm going to go ahead and move you, Oreo. And so go ahead and roll medicine and check again, Galen,
All right.
to give you advantage.
There we go.
All right.
That's much better.
So as you're looking at this, you don't know how it works, but you're pretty convinced that this is some sort of medical bed, and you get the impression that maybe it works with magic or something else, but somehow it's automatic.
Putting my
Let's
head
check out.
together. I was gonna say, putting my head together with Galen and Oreo, with their medicine skills and my artificing skills, could I help them figure out how it works or how to turn it on and use it?
Unfortunately, as
It's a
far as you
piece of.
unfortunately, as far as you can tell, it's not getting any power from anywhere, so you're unable to experiment with it to try to figure out how it works.
Let's mess with the tablets. Or Shane, did you roll your D8 yet?
Now be careful around
Do
those
I
needles.
get one?
That might
Yeah.
have been Kit and
Jimmy?
Whisker's idea of poking around, but you guys might want to be more careful than that.
You can roll as well, Ire. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
So, Ire, you have a memory of working or at least doing something in a room very similar to this, although it definitely wasn't here. And you remember these humanoid creatures. And from what you can tell, what limited memory there is, they were completely covered up. And they seem to be very careful to make sure you couldn't actually see them. There were curtains, and they wore heavy robes, and it seemed like they tried their best to avoid being seen directly. And you remember them coming in and being shuffled behind these curtains. And you remember sometimes they came in with broken bones, sometimes missing limbs, and when they left, they were whole.
Hmm.
All right. Then let's.
Now wait, who else was whole? The automatons or
No, they're
humanoids?
definitely humanoids.
Humanoids.
Okay.
And Ire, you also seem to remember working here, so you're convinced that you might be able to actually use one of these, assuming you can restore power somehow.
Huh.
Let's see if we can mess with the tablets then and restore power.
Mm-hmm.
The tablets are they're dim. You don't see any light coming from it, and if you touch it, it's smooth and cold to the touch, but nothing happens.
Maybe
Huh.
maybe power must be restored from another room.
Yeah, from like a generator location.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't we go ahead and explore some more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you said they could actually heal people, like actually
Yes.
perform greater restoration type capabilities.
Correct.
It's impressive.
So
And these things were empty or searched already?
they are empty. You do see that they're already opened, and yeah, you can look in and clearly see they're empty. There's a metal table. There's some debris against the wall, and some benches to the north.
Anything interesting with the debris?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
I'll help him.
Okay, so as you're kind of digging around the debris, it looks like there's a grating behind it.
Alrighty.
All right, let me see. So yeah, if you dig the debris away, the map is going to change real quick. So you can see this doorway. Oh wait, I think it might be blocked. Yeah, let me go ahead and move you over. You can see this. You can see this path that kind of leads to the east and to the south. All right, I'm gonna go and put it back. Oops. I said I'm going to put it back. There we go.
All right. Well, that's interesting. So yeah, I found some sort of a passageway over here, although it's fairly cramped, I
Yeah,
think.
it's definitely like a crawl space. You don't think Ire would fit at all. Although no, he could, but he'd basically be scraping against the sides, and it would be slow going. But it's doable.
Well, let's check all the other rooms first, and then this passageway could be useful, maybe to access other areas that are otherwise inaccessible.
Okay. So what do you guys do?
Let's go ahead and just work our way up the hallway to the next open door, or openable door.
Sure. So, Ire, you open up the door and you see another overgrown room. You see some plain tables. You see some metal cabinets. They're open, although you notice that one of them has a baseball-sized crystal, and this one is green in color. And then you see several, looks like work areas with metal bits and tools.
We'll investigate the work area.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Can I roll for a memory for these?
Yeah. Go for it. Okay. Yeah, you don't really recognize this. So, Ragu, yeah, you're looking at these. You see metal pieces. You can see that there are springs, but then there's other things that you don't know what names to put against them. However, you do notice a set of tools that looks like are higher quality than your tinkerer tools. So you could actually gather enough tools here to give you +1 on your tinkerer tools rolls.
I do that.
And then, Ire, did you pick up that baseball-size crystal object?
Yes.
So yeah, it's green in color, but mostly transparent. And when you picked it up, it was cold to the touch, perhaps colder than it should have been.
Investigating these weird cylinders on the table with all the tools.
Yep.
Do I recognize it? Does it look similar to those weird power cell things that were glowing in the other sections?
No,
The
these
cylinder looks similar to that thing that was sitting next to the chair upstairs.
It's similar in the sense that it was made using the same technologies, but it's definitely serves some other purpose. Unfortunately, it seems to be gutted, and it seems like there was some work going on when it was left behind. So maybe not gutted, maybe it was just never completed. And yeah, so right now it's basically a hollow cylinder. But they all have the exact same cylinder, so it's almost like people were working on several of them at once.
Looking at all of them in various different stages of completion, I guess.
No, they were all in the early stages. It's almost like there were maybe 4 people who started to work, and then at the same time, and then for some reason never finished.
I've got well, not really an idea per se, but I'm going to do 2 things. One is for some of this equipment, I'm going to go ahead and practice using, I guess, minor illusion to try to recreate these things at 1:1 scale. These objects, and I'll also do the same thing with the beds in the other room. The idea being is later on I can go ahead and show, kind of let the people at the Nexus Guild see what these things look like. The other thing I'm going to do is, just in case that somehow fails me at some point, I'm also going to try and draw these things. So my thinking here is that since I've got the forgery skill, and a lot of that's geared around the whole trying to accurately mimic things, that kind of trying to use that sort of skill with the idea that, I've got the inspiration right in front of me. I'm not trying to be creative. I'm just trying to draw essentially a technical drawing of what's right there, trying to just capture details as faithfully as I can, just as a fallback.
Fair enough. All right. So go ahead and make a forgery roll, probably with Dex, to see how well you're able to complete the drawings.
Oops, hold on.
I was
That's,
gonna say, can I help him with that?
If you have any sort of similar skill, you can. Do you have
All right.
forgery or any sort of skill that might give you drawing?
No, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you're making your drawing, and it seems relatively accurate to you. You can, if you want to take longer, if because this is like, you're spending like maybe 10 minutes drawing it or whatever. If you want to spend like an hour instead, then you can roll again with advantage. The idea here is you're taking your time and you're really going over everything, which is why you get your different roll.
So do we want to spend that kind of time studying here right now, or do we want to move on first? I don't want to hold anybody up.
I mean, I don't mind.
All right, yeah, in
Yeah,
that
go
case, I
for it.
guess I'll go ahead and do that.
Sure. All right. After spending an hour, you're looking back over your initial drawings, and you're just shaking your head just at how bad and crude they look compared to your clearly much better and much more accurate drawings. Okay, so you spent an hour. While Pico is doing the drawings during that hour, what's everybody else doing?
I'm doing as much investigation as I can.
There
Like,
are actually,
like-
Ragu, there are some symbols that seem to be somehow they're etched on the metal, but you don't feel any indents. It's almost like they're part of the metal. So you can spend time jotting those down if you want.
Okay. That will be part of document 5, I believe. Let me
Cool.
annotate that.
And
I'm gonna.
go ahead.
Sorry, go on. Oh, I said I'm gonna take 10 minutes to use a hit die.
Okay, so you're gonna do recuperate. Sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oreo, are you gonna do anything?
No, I'm good.
Devok or Galen?
I don't think I really have anything to do.
Same here.
Okay, so an hour passes. Pico, you've finished your drawings. I'm assuming you have paper and all that already. So you just use that. So what do you do?
Well, is there any debris in this room or gratings?
You look around specifically for anything like that, but you do not spot anything like that.
All right. Well, shall we move on around the corner and look at the next rooms?
Alrighty. What was this glowing bit here?
Oh, it's just part of the artwork, but think of it, but it's just metal bits and tools and stuff. So there's nothing going on there. All right. So yep, you see 2 more doors. You can open this one.
Yep.
Okay, you open it up, and it opens up into what looks like a storage area. There's a lot of barrels and boxes, although it looks like most of it is opened already. There's a couple of barrels in the back that have not been opened, but you can see cracks in the metal and bits that look like they might be partially rusted.
Be careful, the snakes.
Let's go in and see what there is in
Do
the...
I hear any noises in there?
You do not.
All right. Well, I guess we can check it out.
Okay, so yeah, you guys know how to open up the barrels. So is that what you're doing?
Sure.
All right, so yeah, you rip away the plants and you open up the barrels, and inside you find inside one of the barrels you find 100 ball bearings, very similar to the ball bearings you can find in your own world for that thieves, rogues sometimes pick up. And one of the other barrels, you find a bunch of broken glass of all things. Although it's not clear glass, it looks like it's somewhat greenish in color. And in the third barrel, you find one more kind of bunched up with some it looks kind of a foamy material. It rips apart easily, and inside of that is one of those suits of clothing that seems to be made out of metal.
All right. Well, we'll grab that suit of clothing.
Okay.
Guess I'll write that one down. Oh, all right. So I got 2 of those so far. All right. Oh, is that a door out over here?
There's a door there. Yep. And that's true. You can open it up.
All right. Let's check that.
Okay. You open it up, and it opens
Oh.
into a large room. You
Ooh,
see
crystal.
a glowing crystal that I apparently forgot to put the light source on, so sorry about that. You see a glowing crystal. Next to it, you see a very dim crystal that it flickers, and like I said, it's very dim. And then next to that, you see a crystal that is cracked and broken and overgrown with plants. In addition, you see what looks like a bench of some kind. You see debris along the wall, but based on the other grating you're able to find, you're pretty sure there's a grating behind that one. And you see some sort of flat rectangular object, and in front of that object, a glowing sphere. And on the surface, somehow you see a bunch of brightly colored boxes and lines.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
I want
sorry. You also see a door to the south and a door to the north.
door to the south. How does it feel stepping into the room?
Yeah, if you step into the room, yeah, nothing's happened.
All right, I'm gonna check this door out.
Okay. You open up the door to the south, and it opens up into a chamber, overgrown chamber, with 4. They're almost like between a coffin and a bed. You see that there's the bedding it looks kind of comfortable, and you see these looks like dark rectangular surfaces, almost like maybe displays or something. And you see a bunch of machinery and tubes, but the beds or coffins are empty. And you also see a bunch of metal debris.
I'm gonna go ahead and search through the debris, especially looking for gratings, but as well as anything else of interest.
And there is a grating under right over here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me double check that. Oh no, sorry. Apparently I misplaced it. The grating is actually over here.
And I didn't see anything ping.
Oh, you didn't over down here.
There it
To the
is.
south.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, you're unable to find anything in the debris. Although as you're looking around and you look inside these coffins slash beds, you see a piece of ancient cloth, and evidence that some humanoid was laying in this bed at one point in time. You see little bits of hair and whatnot.
Hmm.
And as far as everybody else, I doubt you can see what I'm talking about. So if you go to the room in the south, you'll get a better view. All right, never mind then.
Well,
They're down in the outside of the store if you wanted to see. These are the bed/coffin things I'm talking about.
well, I'm going to go ahead and document those. Again, I'm going to do basically practice minor illusion just to get used to reproducing these things. Then I'll go ahead and start making some drawings of them.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and start doing an investigation, simply because I don't know what these things are, but just kind of experimenting and poking and prodding to see what happens, what they are, what they do, etc.
Okay. And Galen, I
And
don't know
I'll
if you
figure
were
it out.
here, but they were
No,
investigating
I wasn't
these
here.
things that look like a cross between a bed and a coffin. Inside, you can see
Okay.
padding and like some bed area, but you can also see these flat, dark panels that look like maybe they're displays or controls or something, and tubes and wires everywhere, and evidence that humanoids once slept in these.
Huh. Should I roll
Galen
for it,
Devar, Ired, does this thing over here mean anything to you? Actually, for that matter, did those mean anything to you? The coffin bed
Actually,
thing?
Galen and I are go ahead and roll your d8s for this room here. Okay, so
Nope.
yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
And how about this thing I'm standing next to?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to look at too.
Okay, yeah, you guys can roll your things for that as well.
I'm also going to go ahead and document the crystals.
Okay,
Nope.
all right.
And do I see some sort of debris down here in the corner, it
You
looks
do,
like?
and that's the grating I was mentioning earlier that you found in here.
Okay.
Anything in the debris itself, or just grading behind it?
It's just a grating behind it.
All right. Over here, I'll stand right here, kind of back as far as possible. I want to try casting minor illusion over into this one and this one to see if it absorbs them.
Yeah, I was curious about that myself.
And they both absorb it. This one flickers slightly when you cast it. This one might have already, but it's so bright that you wouldn't be able to tell.
What about casting minor illusion near that one?
Nothing happens.
That one was broken, so yeah, I don't think we're going to get anywhere with that. But yeah, why don't we go ahead and
Let's
team
turn
up?
this one
All of
on.
us casters want to go ahead and throw some cantrips at that faded one. One
Mhm.
word of warning, I suspect that this might have a potentially negative effect on the things in the hallways. So we might find ourselves having to explore the gratings whether we like it or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We also can, I believe there was a way to drain the power from these at some point, so we can do that, right?
We did that by basically producing targets for the traps
Oh,
at the cave. We would probably have to get back up to where the traps are upstairs, or maybe do that with the things in the hallway if they become dangerous.
got it.
Um,
Okay. Then let's turn it on, though. I don't see why we shouldn't.
All right, we'll probably want to be in the corner where I am. I'm going to get this crating open because depending, we might want to hop in that
Trick
way.
or
Or
treat.
actually, no, maybe this room would be safer for that because there's a grating there as well.
Might as well have them both.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, you
Yeah.
guys clear out the gratings. With all the debris, it takes you about 15 minutes.
All right. Well, with those clear,
As we start casting cantrips into this crystal, I want to keep looking at this to see if this weird display thing changes.
Okay, so you guys, so are you guys casting your cantrips all at once, or are you doing it one at a time? How are you doing that?
One at
I
a
think
do
we
it
should
all
try
at
all
once.
at once. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
basically consistently as a group, just trying to
Okay,
feed it.
so
towards-
you guys cast your cantrips at that, and it does flicker and get brighter for a moment, and then it dims. And Ragu, while that's happening, you see that one of the strange, brightly colored bars goes up and then back down. And from your knowledge of magic, and based on the previous crystals, you're pretty sure that you would need leveled spells to keep this thing going for any usable length of time.
Okay, I'll go ahead and share that. I'm thinking that we need more stronger spells, but we are actually being able to see it go up and down here on this moving picture.
I don't really have any spell slots left. I have like one
Yeah,
level
don't
spell slot.
At what
don't.
level were we? What did you say?
Probably
Um,
any leveled spells would probably work.
all right, we can do
You're
that.
guessing probably 3, if you're going to use first level spells, probably 3 first level spells.
Oof. We might not want to do this right now. We might have to come back when we have more spells.
Yeah, I can come up with 2 first level spells, but I'll be pretty tapped out to sun.
I could completely tap myself out and use one of my first level spells. But we'd have to
Nah,
leave it within the next like couple days because I don't like just having my healer's kit and firebolt.
Now, you said
save that for
3
a
level
healer.
1 spells? How
Yes.
about level 2?
1 level 2 spell looks like it'll work.
Ah, well, in that case, let me solve this issue then. Wait a minute. No, I can't. If I upcast, does that count?
Yes.
All right.
It's basically the amount of magical energy hitting it all at once, so an upcast is just fine.
All right.
I'm gonna try and time it so that when you're with your upcast level 2 spell, I still put another cantrip in there just for that tiny little fraction extra.
Fair enough.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and, well, and everybody else might do that too. So,
Sure.
yep, I guess I will go ahead and, well, this may be a dumb idea, but given that Cure Wounds is a touch spell, I'm going to go ahead and touch the crystal and upcast that.
Fair enough. You feel the magical energy being drained from your hand as you do so, and it glows brighter. And Ragu, you notice that strange colored rectangle suddenly gets a lot higher and gets to be about halfway as high as the other brightly glowing crystal. Unfortunately, you do see it kind of ticking down, and based on the rate it's ticking down, you suspect that you'll have power for about 2 hours.
All right.
It
Well,
looks
let's
like
do
it
what
only
we
bought
can.
us a few. Yeah, looks like it only bought us a few hours of power, but it did do something very well.
But
Okay,
one
I'm
thing
gonna
you do
immediately
notice is
check on
shortly once that bar reaches a certain point, you see a small section of the flat surface, a small rectangle show up, and you're not sure how, but you see that first entrance room where you had the colored markings on the ground, and you guys went to the west. And you see that the handprint on the north door suddenly lights up.
All right, we don't have a lot of time, but we've just opened the door back the other way that was previously black.
I'm gonna check on these things. Are they glowing now?
Yeah, they are glowing now.
You guys want to investigate this, or what do we want to start with?
Sure.
If
Yeah,
we
mess
investigate
with
that
these.
quickly, we can still get back to the other door that is
Mhm.
now open or powered.
As you're looking, Galen, you can see there's some symbols that seem to be flashing on those rectangular surfaces, and the symbols seem to be very similar to similar style to the other symbols you've seen. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and let you roll a d8 again, since this is a new experience.
Ire,
Okay.
your literacy might help here.
Oh, random memory.
You have a random memory. You remember laying down somewhere, and it's all dark around you. You groggily wake up, and you see that right in front of your face there's glass, and somebody opens up somebody opens up the glass. You can see a shadowy face on the other side. It looks somewhat similar to a Shadowkind face, from what you can tell.
Hmm.
And you wake up groggy and cold, and the memory ends.
Weird. Ire, you want to roll on this?
Yeah, if I can.
Go ahead. Okay. You're looking around, and yes, the same as before.
Huh. All right. We can continue to investigate this, or we can move to the other medical rooms or something else.
Yeah, let's continue on down because maybe we'll see something with that one door at the south end of the hallway.
Okay.
And we have to go back upstairs to get to that door
First,
that is now open.
Pico, as you pop out, go ahead and make a dex save.
Does it help any that I was kind of alert to the idea that these would be a problem? I mean, I did.
I'll give you advantage then.
All right.
Okay, so you quickly dart back as this beam of energy hits the ground right where you were. And you can hear a whirring sound from the other side that wasn't there before.
Can I tell if it came from one of those?
It certainly has.
Yeah. All right. The hallways are trapped. Those things did exactly what I thought they were going to do. Hope everybody likes crawling.
Luckily, it'll only last for 2 hours, but at the same time, we're going to be losing that same 2 hours to get that other door open.
Well, let's try starting here.
There you go.
All right. Hold tight. I'm going to go ahead and check the north corridor here and cautiously peek around.
Okay, you peek around and you see a grating, and you can see through the gaps a hallway that looks very similar to the hallway you were just in.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's probably the thing. Okay, so we don't want to go that way. So we're going to go south, and
you see this grating goes into the medical room.
all right.
Is that where you want to go?
Not just yet. I'm gonna check. Wait, is there a corner here? It looks like there should be, but I can't see anything.
You should be able to go past there. Hold on. Let me double check. Oh, yeah. It continues past there. There's the other dynamic lighting lines are getting in the way, but it continues on this way to a corner up here and then goes north.
All right. Well, it's acting like there's a barricade there.
Yeah. So is that where you want to go?
Yeah, we'll go west.
All right. Let me do that. There you go. You should be able to see it now. And the other side of this grating looks like it's the room where you first entered this floor.
All right. Let's go ahead and open that then.
Okay. So let me go ahead and switch to back, and then I'll move everybody in there. There you go. So, yep. And
don't go that way, Ire.
all right, Ire, go ahead and make a dex save.
Oh god.
Because you told him, but it was already too late. All right, you jump back as this beam of energy passes right where you were and hits the wall.
Have to come up here and climb the rope.
You could have warned me about that one.
Well, you remember
Yes,
that
I
it was
tried
there.
doing as soon as I saw you go in that direction.
All right, so you guys climbing the rope?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll move you to the other map.
From here, we have to get up to that other door that was before locked and now is unlocked.
Alrighty, so what are you going to do?
Actually, let's look through here. Peeking through into these doors with the green cylinders.
They're still dark.
Okay, those are dark, so I'll skip that. So did we want to? Were we talking about off the main entry, like out here?
Yeah, that door to the
Yeah.
north is now lit up.
Okay.
The handprint is glowing. It's fairly dim, but it looks like it'll work. Is anybody? Yeah, it looks like. Do you guys?
Over here.
Are you guys stuck or anything?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. So what are you gonna do?
Are you ready to check this door out?
All right. So you
Go
guys
ahead and open it.
Sure.
push it and you open it and you see a hallway. And in the hallway on either side there are multiple doors which are all lit up. And at the very end you see a rather large metal door and it too is lit up.
Alrighty, let's check these out. We've only got like an hour and 45 minutes left.
Okay. So where are you gonna go? You can open
Do
that.
we want to come to the first one, or do we want to go all the way up there?
Let's start close by. I mean, the one you're standing near is as good as anything else.
Okay. You
Okay.
open it
Doesn't
up.
work.
And you see what looks like a room that once had desks, but you see that the desks are overgrown, and you can see that some of them are broken into pieces, and you see benches surrounding the room as well.
Shall we go investigate these desks, see if there's any symbols or anything that was hidden in them? Even if the desk is destroyed, it might have still had something in the drawer or something. It'll just be kind
Fair
of
enough.
screwed. No.
You can go ahead and do your investigation then.
Anybody helping?
I'll help.
All right, you investigate it, and you find two more of those square coin-sized objects that were made out of tin,
Okay.
and you find what maybe was once paper-like material, but it's fibrous and rotten, and that's all you find there.
Okay.
But you do
Oh.
kind of get the sense from the layout and the paper that this was once a work area, maybe even a reception area, or somewhere they kept records, something like that.
I
Okay,
know where
so
this door leads.
you see another door. You can open that up.
Yeah, it's right back out to the hallway.
Yep, you open it. And if you open up the other door, you see a similar room. This one's a bit different shape. The desks are perhaps, some of the desks are in better condition, but some are still broken. And you can see some grass kind of growing in.
Okay. I'll go ahead and see what we can find here.
Okay, go for it. Okay, you're searching around, but you don't find anything noteworthy that survived. You do see like some perhaps remains of things like bits of wood, fiber material that might have been paper, some metal bits here and there, but whatever it is
That was
didn't
with the-
survive the age very well.
That was with the 22.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you're pretty sure if there was something to be found more than that, you would have found it.
All right.
All right. There are two things I want to do. This alcove sort of section, I want to check that area, make sure there's nothing weird about that wall.
Okay. So how are you gonna check that?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and put on my handy dandy spectacles. Oh, well, actually, I guess those only work for investigation. Well, I'll just use perception then to see if, you know.
Okay.
I can help.
All right.
All right, you're searching, and this particular wall you can see that these all are, metallic walls, but you can see this one here, part of the structure is kind of weakened, and you can potentially bust through.
Ire,
Yes.
how do you feel about structural damage?
Mm, elaborate.
Well, this wall here looks like it doesn't have enough damage, and you seem to have a weapon that's particularly suited for bludgeoning flat surfaces.
Sure. So you want me to do?
Are there cracks in the wall here, like the seams?
Yeah, there's basically some seams, and it seems like it's it's just kind of weak in the area, and it feels like if you just smash in the seam, it'll bust open.
Got my crowbar. Ire and I can both just haul on that and
Sure,
pry
both
it
of you
down.
make strength checks and add it up and see what you get.
Can I use mining skill instead of strength?
Sure.
We get it. We also get advantage because of the crowbar.
Okay.
That
Whew.
I
kinda
guess you
suck.
need that advantage. Go ahead,
Yes.
Ire. You can use your mining with advantage.
I already did. I rolled 2 12s.
Oh, okay. So you're working at it, and
Totally.
it looked like it was weak, but you're not making any headway
Arrgh.
with your 20 total.
Go ahead and bash it. Maybe it's not as weak as we thought.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna bash it. Yeah, go ahead and make a damage roll then. Okay, you smash into it. It dents a bit. You feel like you could probably get through at that rate, but it would probably take you a good 20 minutes. Are you going to spend the time?
Now that we've
Well, while
damaged
he's doing that, what's up with this door at the top here?
The handprint is active and it can be opened. Do you want to open it?
Sure.
Okay, you open the door and it opens up to a large area. You see doors that are active on either direction. You see large crystalline pillars, kind of similar to the area to the south. Benches in the center. Stairs leading to a depressed area. To the north, you see one of those flat objects that looks similar to the one in that room that had all the weird rectangular shapes, with the crystal in front of it. And then you can see this room is particularly overgrown in spots.
How did the left and right doors look? Did they look illuminated?
They are illuminated, yes.
Ah. Well, we do have a couple of other doors here we can explore.
And before you do that, eventually you get through, and then this is what you guys see.
Oh.
You see a hallway. I'll let you on the other side as well.
Oh.
Oh. Do we recognize this hallway? Is this where we
Yes,
already were?
we recognize the hallway. It's the crossroads.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
That's funny. Yeah, I guess that would have been our alternative way through if we couldn't get this place powered up.
Neat.
Well, that's
Okay.
nice that we have a backup, so even if the power goes out, we don't know you need to worry about getting locked in there.
Fair enough.
Let's check the east door first.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and open it for you. And as it opens, you see several of the dome-shaped objects. You see it's hard to make out, but you see what looks like a path. And you see another large door to the north that looks like the handprint is lit up.
Oh shoot, those hurt things. No, Galen. Oh wait, yeah, it's never mind,
Galen,
it's
you
Galen.
walk in, nothing happens.
Yeah.
I
those
cast
things
minor
look
illusion
active?
right here.
No, well, don't make him shoot while I'm in the room.
So, sorry, what are you doing? Ragu, what are you doing?
I figured if I cast minor illusion right here, they would turn and shoot each other.
Okay, so you cast it and nothing happens.
They don't even wiggle a little?
No.
I'm pretty sure they're powered down.
I don't know about that. But,
Galen, you can see they aren't moving when you're in there, but you can see the door is lit up to the north.
okay, let me investigate like them more specifically. If Ragu says they're
You do
powered
see
off,
you do see some sort of as you approach, do see some sources of light, so you get the impression that they do have power.
they are powered. I will
I'm
check
gonna
the
venture
door.
in. What happens?
Go ahead and make a deck save.
And I'm prepared for them to shoot.
So okay, roll with advantage.
And I'm right there to if he needs to get drugged back.
Okay, you jump back, just barely making your deck save, and you are now back in the room.
All right.
The other
Galen,
big
are
one
you
like that.
opening that door to the north?
I was planning on it. Yeah.
Okay, so you open the door to the north, and
that's
you
good.
see a rather large room. You see some sort of platform, and below you see an area that's definitely further down from the platform. You see these weird large metal-shaped objects that seem to be running along the ground. To the left, you see a stone pillar. To the right, you see a metal box and a strange curved object. And you also see a grating on the ground.
Okay. Wait, I don't see the grating though. Where is that?
Right here.
Oh, I do see the grating. Okay. That's a big room. I'm gonna step in just to peek.
Okay, you step in, and you see over in this direction massive doors that seem to be closed. And over this direction, you see around the pillar this bluish tiled wall that seems to have some sort of writing on it. And in this direction, you're getting the vaguest hints that there's some large object over there.
That's terrifying. Okay, I will now leave. I'll tell them what I
Last
found.
time we came across these big dome things, they shot at our minor illusions as well. That's how we were able to power them down. Wonder why they did not shoot at these minor.
That was at the Automata Cave.
And at the place back there guarding the Skogu tanks.
I don't remember us doing that there.
Well, not to
No.
power it down, but
I don't remember us doing that at all to do anything. We knew they were active because we could see them tracking us.
And then we checked that they were active when you tried to use me like a meat shield to get shot.
Yeah. Well, take a few minutes, but we could go ahead and put up another barricade.
I'm thinking, how long is it now? We only had a 2-hour time limit.
I'd say you probably have an hour and a half left.
Oh, well, yeah. We can try that, or an hour and a half from now, they should be powered down. But yeah, let's go ahead and do the,
I think we
Dirt
might
and
want to
gathering.
have the power to see what's in that big room up there.
okay, so yeah,
It's
that's
very
very
large. There's like tracks on the ground that these huge metal things are on.
Do we want to check
It's
the
like
west door
doors.
first?
I went
Sure.
ahead
Yeah.
and opened it for you. It's very
I think it
similar.
leads.
There's
I
a
think that-
path and another door.
I'm certain that this door leads to the same room, so I'll open it up.
Okay, you open it, and once you open it, you
Whoa.
get a better view, and you see some strange metallic stairs, and you see a strange, ginormous object sitting on those metal things on the ground, the metal tracks as you call them. And you see some sort of door or something that is closed that leading into the object. You also see the strange, looks like an arm, but it's completely made out of metal and it's extremely rigid.
Hmm.
And you also get the sense that there's a wall on the other side of the object, but you can't see far enough to see how far it goes this way.
Wild. Okay. Yeah, guys, there's these like giant metal buildings that are sitting on these like weird metal strips. We gotta
All
get in
right.
there.
Okay, well, in that case, all right, well, let me just go ahead and start using mold earth.
It's
See,
gonna
how
have
far
to
is
be
it?
a lot of earth because there's this one, this one, and then there's two smaller ones in the corners right here and right here.
Yeah, but the smaller ones haven't done anything so far, have they?
You haven't seen them do anything, no.
Let's see.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, about 8 hexes worth should do. So let me check something here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20. Whoops.
Wasn't there dirt over here in this room?
It's not a lot of dirt. There is dirt covering the ground, but it's less than a foot thick. It's definitely metal ground underneath.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24,
Well, remember,
25, 26,
I can
28.
I can floating disc it up here at least. We're doing all that extra counting for nothing.
Well, yeah, the reason for that is, let me verify something here. 5 foot, so it's about 30 hex. I can move that to essentially 1 hex. 36, 5. Yeah, it'll take long enough that, well, because basically what I'm figuring is that it would take about, let's see, 30, so 30 divided by 6, it would take about 5 minutes to move 1 hex of dirt in up here. So, yeah, if
Yeah, when
I
I
was just
tensors
checking to
floating
see
disc.
if I was just checking to see if it was, because keep in mind it's going to take you 10 minutes to cast the tensor's floating disk. So I was just making sure it wasn't faster for me to just simply start right now.
Yeah, I ritual cast tensor's floating disc, and then he does. You know, what if you need to start earlier? However,
Okay.
if you want to start getting it loosen up there,
So
they'll
how
they'll
long
bear
will
it.
it take your disc length around trip?
My
Well, that
disc
should
will
be its
run as
normal
fast.
movement speed.
Yeah.
So,
And I can dash; it'll keep up with me.
Okay, so yeah, so if you're gonna gather with that and you're gonna dash, it's still gonna take a while to move it all and mold it and everything. But I'll say that you could probably get 3 of those things covered. I'm assuming you're only gonna do one side or the other, in about half an hour.
well, it should be faster than that because I was estimating 5 minutes if I had to move the dirt the hard way, and that's literally 1 hex every turn. And there's 8 of these to do, so that'd be about 40 minutes.
Right.
Whereas even if Ragu walked, let's see, your movement speed's what, 30?
Yeah, and I can dash for
So
60.
6. Um,
So that's
so
not
6,
bad. How much
5.
can you carry it all on the disc in one go?
I can carry basically 1 cubic hex on 1 disc
Okay,
in
so
1
that
go.
basically takes eight back and forths. So okay, we'll call it 10 minutes then.
That works.
Okay. So as before, what are you doing with the dirt? I'm assuming you're gonna try to cover these like you did last time.
Yeah, I'll draw the what I'm gonna do just so we can see.
Okay.
Rather than pile it on top of them, I'm just going to 6, 7, 8. There we go. That basically covers 8 hexes, and it's essentially a wall we can walk around, but basically shields us that whole distance.
Okay, fair enough. So 10 minutes passes while you're doing that. Is anybody else doing anything during those 10 minutes?
Nope.
Okay, so the time passes and you're done. So what are you going to do?
You guys gotta see this room.
Well, let's go ahead and go through.
It's
Whoops. I switched
wild.
back to select mode. Wild or just feral?
What the?
Wild. It's like
Okay,
big. It's a
enter,
big room.
You see this
Ah.
large, very tall object.
Jeremy, we're listening to you through David's mic.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, so you're looking at this large and very tall object that seems to take up most of the height of this room, you'd call it, but it's almost more like an artificial cave. And either direction, you can see giant doors. And by giant, I mean truly massive, about 25 feet wide, and probably about 15 feet tall. And you see these metal tracks that cover the entire area, and there seems to be a cutout in the doors, so they go underneath or through the doors. And you see these metal stairs that lead up to this rounded metal portal that's closed off. You see what could be best described as a metal arm that's oddly jointed. You also see several stone pillars, and in between the pillars, you see a bluish tiled wall with symbols and markings over here. All right, and Ragu, as you go and to look at the symbols and markings, the symbols don't make sense to you, but there is something you are able to make sense out of, and I'm going to show it to you now. So everyone should now see what is on part of the wall, and it looks for all intents and purposes like a map. And below that map, you see 5 different crystals. And one of the crystals is lit up and glowing, and the other 4 are dark.
The one that's lit up and glowing is right here in the middle.
Well, the crystals are down below. They're all in a line. They're not
Oh, okay.
they're not directly mapped to these, but
Okay.
you do notice that given the lines and the number of circles, the numbers match the number of crystals, and one of the crystals is glowing and the others are dark.
All right.
I'm making it a point to document
Yeah.
this map.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think
It should. You guys should now have all have access to it. I'm going to put it into documents, and you should be able to refer to it at any time.
All right. Well, and this blue area, it's kind of glowing. You said.
It's not really glowing. It's just there's other markings and other symbols. And Ire and Galen, if you want to make your rolls, you can do so. Galen, you have a memory.
Having random memories.
You have a memory of you had to go on a trip. You don't know where or why, but you remember sitting in a comfortable seat, and you were inside of some sort of large metal object, and there were poles inside. And you remember going and sitting down, and an hour later getting out, and you're not sure how you know, but you were at least hundreds of miles away.
Looks like they have some weird form of teleportation using strange buildings.
Right. While they're looking, is this blue the same color as my little button key fob?
No, doesn't really seem to be directly related. But like I said, there is a bunch of other symbols and writing that seem to be related to the map.
There are grates right here. I think we should check out the grates, the arm, and then eventually the the thingy.
Now, what's interesting about this map, this blue map, is it looks like it indicates 4 significant locations, but that they're
Past the
they're
mountain.
far beyond the mountain range that's on our expedition map.
It would take
Yeah,
so long to reach them. Yeah.
those would be a major endeavor. We may come back to those, but yeah, I don't think we could explore those now if we wanted to.
No, of course not.
We'd run well past our deadline to return if we tried to go to those now.
Well, if we can
I would
figure
think
out the
so.
teleportation that they use to travel, then maybe we can find faster ways to get there. But yeah, they're pretty far away.
Oh, yeah, if we had something faster, sure, but right now I don't think we can count on that. I mean, if we find something great, but that seems like more of
Even
an
if we do
indication for the
find
future.
something, I don't think we should go there. Because what if we get like trapped there and we can't make our way back? We have
That's
so
a
much
potential
important.
concern.
Yeah, we have so much important information. I don't think we should really venture beyond what we can walk.
Okay, Pico, you've approached the portal, and you can tell it's closed, but rather than being a solid door, it seems to be made out of pieces, like an iris is closed.
Any
You
sort of-
do see some symbols on there, but nothing is lit up. There aren't any levers or anything like that.
What if I interact with the arm? What is it here for?
Okay, you go and you touch the arm, and it suddenly kind of swings across. And Galen, go ahead and make a deck save. It swings across, and it hits you in the head and knocks you to the ground. You hit the ground, taking a point of damage, and then it kind of returns back to its original position.
Holy goddamn, that thing's aggressive. I don't like that thing one bit.
I'm sure it's there for your safety.
The distance from the platform to the ground, you would estimate, is about 5 feet.
Well, since Galen, I think, pointed out those gratings, I'm going to go ahead and check those.
Okay, you go and you check, and inside you see these what look like pipes, or maybe even some it looks a bit like rope sheathed in the smooth material. But it's too shallow to walk in or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Ragu, you might want to check out this stuff.
Oh, and inside of those, you find more of those cylinders from earlier. That they're 10 pounds each. They're a foot long and 3 inches wide.
Okay,
And
the ones we had asked.
Yeah, so they're just like the ones you found way at the beginning.
Ready. And what is these? Like a
It
conveyor?
seems to be some sort of strange square tube, almost like a square pipe. And on the surface, it looks like, instead of being a flat surface, you basically have bumps, very sharp bumps that come up and down.
Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna venture down, guys. I'm gonna see if I can look at the other side of this weird building.
Okay, you make your way down, and the ground down here is rocky and rough. Once you've reached this point, you can feel the ground vibrating slightly. And once you get close to this, the hair on your skin stands up. You're gonna still try to get over it?
I'll look at it closely. Is there a third rail?
So you're looking at it, and you can see there's some sort of markings on the metal that seems to be some sort of diagonal alternating pattern. But it seems to be one solid piece that moves this direction and all the way through the other side.
Don't
Yeah.
whiz on the electric fence.
I thought you were supposed to grab the third wire, the third rail, right? Isn't that
No, that's
how you
only in a
move the
3-rail
wire?
system. If this is
Mm.
alternating current, then it's only 2 rails necessary.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna pass over it.
Okay.
Jump over it, don't touch. Sorry.
Well, I don't know that. I'm just gonna walk over it.
Okay, you walk over it, and go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Jeez. Trying to roll another character.
All right, so
Well, I mean,
you
it's just a
feel
rail.
suddenly you feel your skin burning, and you quickly move out of the way, taking 10 points of damage
God damn.
as your leg is fried, and you can smell the cooking meat.
Guys, it's mean. The metal is aggressive. Everything here is mean. The
And
arm is
you
mean.
see on this end, you see the massive door that's closed. You see the end of the structure. It seems to kind of taper. It's still fairly tall, a couple of feet tall at the taper, but it definitely gets lower at that point. And around it, you see some glowing objects that seem to be flickering.
What glowing objects? Where do I see that?
Basically on the surface of this larger metal object.
Oh. Okay, well, since I'm trapped here, I might as well investigate it.
Okay, yeah, they seem to be the circular objects that are embedded in the metal that seem to be flashing, and they're red, and they seem to be flashing in some sort of pattern. You can
Can I
roll your
take
D8.
one of them? Yeah, can I take? Let me roll a D8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you
I'm
doing?
gonna try and take. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take one of them.
You go to grab it, but it seems to be flush with the surface. You're not sure how to get it out.
Okay, never mind.
Tall is this portal here?
It's about 6 feet.
So I can easily reach up and kind of climb onto the top of whatever this thing
Yeah.
is.
You want to climb on top?
I do.
All right, so yeah, you climb on top. The surface is rather smooth, so go ahead and make a climbing check.
Okay.
Athletics, if you don't have climbing. Okay, so yeah, you make your way. It's a sloped surface. You make your way to the top. You see these metallic tubes that seem to be extending from one end to the other. You can see some metal pieces, some vents or something. You can feel air coming out of here, and from here you're pretty close to the you're closer to the top of the structure, and so you can see this artificial cave is very precise. It isn't round. It's basically like a rectangular, completely rectangular piece. And the other thing you notice that maybe wasn't as obvious from before, but this tunnel is sloping downward as you get towards the doors. So it seems like wherever this goes, it goes down underneath the ground.
This is going deeper. I share all that, what I see, and say, Galen, come over this way. And I throw my silk rope down this direction.
Oh, toward him?
Wait.
Yeah.
No, I didn't need to move. Hold on.
I'm gonna jump
Gonna-
down and look underneath this building thing.
You look underneath, and it seems to have large U-shaped metal pieces at the bottom that seem to be basically holding the tracks, and it seems to be sitting right on top of the tracks. But you don't see wheels like you might expect for a cart. But you definitely see where it fits to the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, staying up here close to these flat metal things that I might be able to use to find purchase, I go ahead and lower a rope straight down so Galen can come up. I'll just help pull him up.
Okay, are you going to climb the rope, Galen?
Yes, definitely. I don't want to be trapped here.
Okay, you climb the rope. And you two are on top.
Help.
What
I help.
thing?
It
It's an
seems to
air
be
vent
some sort of
going there.
vent or something, because you can feel air coming out.
I very
And this-
carefully help Galen over to this edge so we can lower him down here and he doesn't get zapped again.
Fair enough. So go ahead and move yourself back down, Galen.
I'm gonna avoid the arm, actually. I'm not gonna go near that.
You notice the arm isn't moving. It seemed to only react because you touched it. Alrighty. So what do you do? Sorry, go ahead, Devok.
How are you, Galen? You okay? Oh, that
I'm
hurt.
in immense pain.
Oh. What can we do about that?
Nothing
Potion?
right now.
You don't want the
Oh.
potion?
I mean, I don't know if I really want to waste a potion. Well, actually,
What time of the day is it? Maybe
It's,
we'll be taking a short
It's
rest.
afternoon. So probably 3 or 4. So yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to pull back and take your short rest now, that would make sense.
I think we should probably do that.
And just how, I mean, this tunnel is just like unnaturally smooth and everything.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like
The
any.
ground is rough, but the walls and the ceiling seem to be very smooth and very precise.
Mhm.
And it's curving to go like down deep underground.
All right, so are you guys going to take a short rest?
Yeah, I don't. We might as well.
Are you going to do that here, or are you going to leave?
probably leave.
Somewhere in here is a pretty safe place. Maybe not this room exactly, but maybe we can go back to the central courtyard area, wherever you think would be better. But I don't see us having to leave the complex to take one night's rest.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. So what are you going to do?
Anybody? You've
I
heard
mean,
my
I don't know
vote.
this place as well
Yeah,
as you
let's
guys,
go
but-
back out to the main area. We don't want to get locked in here or anything like that.
I agree.
We did find that extra way out, but yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but keep in mind that extra way out is south of this door that I'm standing in front of. So there is some incentive to maybe step out now. Actually,
One of these
what's
rooms
up
over
with
here.
these?
Those are they're basically large crystalline pillars that go all the way up to the ceiling. They're made out of the same material as the crystalline pillars in the room down to the south. Oh, sorry. There we go.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and document the, well, what's realistically a subway, but the building in the tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured it was just a train for, a fast track or something. But these two rooms over here.
I'm also going to draw these traps because we've been seeing so many of them.
Okay. What were you saying, Ragu?
These two rooms over here, these reception-y type-y rooms, one of those would be perfect for us to be camping in. It's nice and secure, etc., etc.
Well, the one on the right's more secure than the other one with a big hole blown in the wall.
Yeah.
I
Fire.
think this one's probably better.
I'm going to move Ire to you guys because I think he left temporarily. All right, so you're going to take your short rest in there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can
well,
I get some good berries or something?
Good berries, sure.
Because I'm gonna probably heal myself in the morning too, but we'll see. Well, if I have the good berries, I might not need to. We'll see.
I would
How
like
are
to
you
go
planning
ahead.
to heal?
I was just gonna use one of my healer's kit things.
Hmm.
So if I use my healer's kit thing in the morning, then you can use the good berries on other people as well.
I
All
was
right.
gonna
Well,
say I
we'll
would go ahead.
say we could hold off till the next day then.
I would like to use Arcane Recovery tonight, going through and flipping my spell coins to give me my level 1 spell slot.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can use your arcane recovery. All right. So yeah, you guys take your short rest unless there's anything else you want to do, and so go ahead and restore all your, your things. And while I'm getting this experience thing together, if I got it correctly, Pico, Tavok, Galen, and Ire got at least 2 failures each. Oreo, did you get at least 2 failures?
I got one.
1. Okay, that's what I thought. And Ragu, did you get 1 or 2 failures?
Oh, he
I'm
got
pretty
2.
sure I
He
got.
failed attacks against a prone automata, and he failed a dex save against that explosion. Devok, I didn't catch his second failure, but
Yeah,
since
he
you have
failed.
it, yeah.
He definitely failed twice.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. So where is my experience thing? All right. So yeah. Sorry, you guys go ahead and you wake up the next day. Go ahead and restore everything. I think we'll. Well, actually, you guys can continue for a little while. So yeah, you guys wake up the next day. So what do you do?
All right. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and die.
And
Shoot.
Galen, don't forget to do your stuff
Yeah,
as well.
that's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh wow.
roll
I don't know
a
why I bothered.
d6.
Hmm.
Oh God, I always roll so shitty for myself. Okay, 6 plus 3. So I'm up to 11, which isn't terrible. And then that actually breaks one of my healer's kits. We're down to 2.
Wow.
Well, we should
No.
have some more back at the cart if we really,
Oh
really
yeah,
need.
I brought a shit ton of these things just because
Yeah,
I figured I'd be using them.
yeah. I remember we bought a shit ton of them specifically so you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So has everybody finished all their healing and everything?
Yeah. Oh. Well, I guess I can go ahead and distribute out some good berries.
Okay.
Let's see. Galen, how does 5 of them sound?
As many as you want to give, I'll take.
Well, I guess you are the more vulnerable one out of the bunch. How many would you need?
I was hoping just anything more than 3 or 4, so I don't really mind. I can always stay back a lot too, so don't worry
Yeah,
about
but I
me
mean, you
as
don't
much.
need 10, do you?
I mean, I could eat 10 and still not be at my quite maximum, but
Well,
like,
am I
Really?
seeing 11 out of 19 there?
yes, but remember I cast 8 on myself, which gives me more hit points.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Let me see how
theoretically I
many.
can go up to 32, but my max is 27.
I see.
So
Let
I
me see
can.
how much
Yeah.
it gives me.
Okay.
It increases by 5 hit points, so
Yeah.
technically I have 24 as my max.
And Ire,
But like,
just
I
so you
don't use it
know,
on top.
everybody's taking a short rest. So if you want to spend hit die or whatever, go ahead and do that.
I might just spend a
Okay.
hit die, Dave, and we can see how much I need. Because we can probably start heading back to the mainland soon. So I'll use a hit die.
Yeah,
That's
that
much
probably
better.
makes sense.
Yeah, so now I'm up
We
to
have a ton
16.
of
So
info.
if I take like 3 or 4, however much you want to give.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and cast up 10 good berries. So how many would you need to top off?
To completely top off, I'd probably need like 8, I think. Yeah. But I don't need to have all 8, like I said.
All right. Well, how about you take 5 and Oreo, how are you doing?
Galen, can you just heal me up with a healer's kit?
Yeah, of course. I can do that with Ragu as well, and you if you want.
That'll work, and that way we have our
Uh,
good berries for. Well, how many good berries are you giving Galen there?
So Oreo, it's gonna be 6 plus your hit dice total.
Well, looks like that'll heal her up, I think.
And then were you doing the same with Ragu?
I can, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
No
I'll go ahead
worries.
and use my healer's kit for today.
Much better. 9 plus your hit dice. And let me
Well,
mark
that
the
brings me exactly up to full. Okay.
All right. And you said it would take 8 to top off, Galen?
1 second. Yes.
So 3 more then?
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, Ire can't use these, so I guess I'll eat the other 2. Get up to 20. What are we gonna do to fix Ire?
You do have your one spell. But
Mr. Robot Man.
I think you can use lay on hands on yourself, right?
Sorry, what was that?
I said you can use lay on hands on yourself, right?
Yeah.
If you have it.
I do have 15 available. I was just kind of saving it for if I really needed it for like an emergency.
Okay.
Well, if you think you're gonna be okay, I guess we can hold off for the time being. We can always top you off a little later as needed. But have we ever seen any tunnels as big as that one?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's odd. And we've done a lot of traveling over the years, and I don't think I've even read about anything like that. I mean, I know the great rebuilding in the 11th century, the Tabaxi dug that extensively.
But their tunnels were a little smaller just for travel.
But yeah, you're pretty convinced that the technology behind it, and you're pretty sure it's technology and not magic because you weren't able
Yeah.
to sense any traces of magic from the walls. Was is far beyond what you've seen.
Although I was referring more specifically to the mining for digging up resources to kind of fortify for the future.
Okay.
I'm referring to what Ragu was saying. All right.
Wait a second, Pico, you're the historian. You might very well have read about it. If you read anything about the occurrences from 10 years ago.
Well, that's true. You might have gotten hints of the underground tunnels from your own world.
All right. Although, even then, I think anybody ever saw anything that extensive?
Yeah, I don't think it was quite that large, but yeah.
Oh, I thought it was because to metagame when Glip Twang and Nico and party were down in the technological caverns. Those were huge.
They were, but I still don't think they're quite as big, and certainly not as quite as long as these would suggest.
Okay.
Doesn't mean those didn't exist. It's just you didn't personally experience them.
And
Well,
those,
no,
yeah,
not
those were
personally.
building out rooms. But yeah, if nobody's actually found humongous tunnels that you could basically march armies down, because I mean, yeah, the previous party ran through some fairly long tunnels, but they were also fairly small otherwise. The length was the only noteworthy thing. Whereas in this case, it's just like, you know, excavating, because especially given that map, it implies that these tunnels go a very long distance. And
Hundreds of miles.
that memory was about taking an hour or something. So these things would have to go very, very fast if they could actually get to any of these locations outside of there. I mean, I guess we don't know where he would have gone, but if these tunnels extend for possibly hundreds of miles, I mean, because yeah, let's see, what is it? 6 miles was that to a hex
Yeah.
on the Lumev map?
Yeah.
So we've probably traveled at least the longest distance, like 30 miles. So some of these tunnels would be multiple times that just based on this map. So yeah, digging that for hundreds of miles, that's a pretty impressive feat.
So were we
Oh,
gonna make a last grab of anything interesting and go back, or was there further? Did we think we can go?
I think we've run out of rooms we can explore because the crystal didn't open up those locked rooms over by the other ooze casks.
Wait, wasn't there the medical tables? We wanted to see if we can power those on.
Oh yeah, it's been well over the 2 hours. Those should all be turned off by now.
Well, we could always deal with that with a future expedition then, unless we want to power everything up one more time. But
I don't know
at
if
this
that's really
point,
worth it.
yeah, then at this point, I'm about halfway down on my spells. I'd have to burn my other spell slot or level 2 spell slot to charge it up again. So probably not worth it in this case.
Well, we will be coming back here, I am very sure. But
Okay.
Alrighty then.
All right. So what do you do? Oh wait. I should probably draw that.
You guys want to call it here, or are we gonna keep exploring a little bit?
Good question.
no, that's what we're trying to figure out. Is there anywhere else to explore? Anywhere else we've missed?
Yeah, I don't think so. It might actually be time to start planning to.
Head
That door's
back,
closed.
yeah.
Yep. The north and south doors are shut, and the prints are dark.
Oh, so we actually do have to go through our busted up hole. All right. Yeah. Yeah, that was why I didn't want to stay on the north side of that first door. And yeah, and as it turns out, it's a little bit of an inconvenience being here. So I guess we'll loop around, go back to the main room.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and move you over so you don't have to go the long way. There you go. All right. Yeah, you're back in the main room. So are you guys leaving, or what are you doing?
Maybe we should leave.
I think we should leave. If there are any other, I think maybe we can try and work on other people's optional missions now.
Did we
then
explore
head
this
out.
door here?
I think that one was still closed.
It is still closed.
Right, we never got it open. It never turned on.
When you looked at the top down, you only saw the north door and of course the west door open.
Okay. Yeah, that might be something we have to come back for. A little stronger, a little more prepared.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and move you back out to the crater to start with. So you're now back at the crater. You're in the. You just left the building. So Are you? Is the plan just to leave the crater, or are you going to do anything else here?
Well, my next question is, should we turn the security system back on just so nobody else comes until we come back? We know how to
Oh.
get past it.
Well, if you're going to do that, I strongly suggest that the majority of us cross. I mean, if Galen can do it by himself, we might not want to have anybody else down there.
Galen, go ahead and make an intelligence check, if you would.
I'm notoriously smart, so this will be easy.
So you do remember using that machine to turn off the system, but you
Yeah.
don't have the froggiest idea how.
Wait a second. Remember, I was standing right next to him watching with my Artificer's lore, watching how he operated it, be able to help jog his memory, trying to help him. Because I was
Sure.
standing right there,
That's
and I
fair.
said I was
That's
paying
fair.
attention to what he was
So
pushing.
he's pointing it out, and he's trying to jog your memory. So go ahead and roll again, Galen. This is giving you
Okay.
advantage, but you already rolled once, so just roll again.
No,
No.
yeah, we're good. I mean, I have no goddamn.
But
clue.
yeah, your hands moved quickly, and they moved on their own. It was like the memory took over. It's like a fragment that came from somewhere, and you're not even sure if the fragment is part of yourself. Of
Huh,
course, sometimes
weird.
you have memories that you're not sure are yours. That it's so it wouldn't be the first time.
Well, so much for that. It's just a thought.
Well, I'm sure we're all going to be devastated about not getting to be shot at by these things. Did we want
I
to
was just
explore the
thinking-
pyramids?
Yeah. Was there anything else here that was actually open? I know there was a big garage right here, but that closed again.
The garages are closed. The pyramids don't have any windows or doors that you can see. They seem to be smooth shapes.
Okay, including these
What
back
about the
towers
small
here.
buildings?
Yeah, these are the towers. They're the towers that they're like 50 feet tall, and they have the cylinders that fired the beams of energy. They are not active at the moment, and they too don't seem to have any entrances that you can see.
What about around the back? Can we go around to the back of the building to this little tiny input
Yeah,
area?
you go around the back, and in the back there, you actually find a bunch of scrap metal kind of piled up at the back of the building. You don't really see any entrances in there. However, you do see what looks like a large panel in the wall, and it looks like it might open. But it's completely smooth, and you get the impression that it opens from the inside. And that is right above the scrap metal.
Garbage chute, maybe.
And behind it, you do see a large wall. From this side, though, it looks smooth, but very tall, about 200 feet tall.
Okay. I don't think there are any other buildings we can actually explore from the surface.
The only other thing I can think of is it might be worth double checking the encampment, but I suspect based on where it was, tower traps probably. Oh, I probably lost audio. Oh, there we go.
For a second, yeah.
I suspect the tower traps probably lost or probably destroyed the encampment. In fact, I'm going to investigate specifically for that. Do I see any indications that, like, any overwhelming damage would have come from a particular direction?
Oh yeah. In fact, you see, remember those rock spires I was telling you about and everything? You see some of those are melted. You see whole parts of the wagons that are just gone. You know, like you'll see a wheel, and then you'll see a bit, and then you just kind of see this circular outline that's just gone.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and try and draw a map of this crater. This doesn't have to be super fancy, but I'll go ahead and document the towers in particular, where the camp was, document that there's evidence that, you know, those towers would have shot at the camp, so they apparently caused something to activate.
And you now know at this point that if any of those beams would have hit you, it would have been instant death.
Yeah. And believe document 4 and document 5 in the card has got you covered there, Pico, for what you're trying to do there. If you want to add to it.
Now I know Galen mentioned optional objectives. I think mine have been satisfied, as have Ayers, I want to say.
I had to find a
correct.
church.
What was that?
I'm supposed to find a church, I think.
A church?
Yeah, something
I
like that.
believe we have found a very religious tower.
Let me double check. Yeah, I'm not sure if the tower would count.
No, the pyramid with the spider coming out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
the
the
spot. I don't know if
bridges.
that's inherently religious, was it?
Did you not get the religious feeling when we got into the inside room? I thought you did.
Don't.
You did actually, and
Oh,
you
okay.
and if you remember, there were evidence of religious rites and stuff like that.
Because you remembered part of a religious ritual and everything.
Well, that
Oreo?
satisfies my and Galen's also.
Oreo, how about you? Have you found everything that for your missions?
What mission?
The
Your
optional
pattern
mission?
guild, didn't they have you investigating or looking for things while we were out here?
No.
Really?
That seems like a lie.
Yeah, I'm
But,
pretty sure everyone got.
I didn't mean to do
Raccoon
that.
just-
I was just clicking.
You didn't mean to
do
roll
that.
insight.
No. I was actually hovering over it going, do I ask to roll insight? But I didn't mean to actually click on it.
Fair enough.
Now keep in mind, I'm not asking what your pattern guild might have wanted you to do, just that, whatever.
I'm pretty sure we all got one.
Well, she didn't.
Well, just as a
Well, everybody
reminder
else.
to everybody, you can find yours under documents, just in case there's any people actually forgetting what they got.
Oh, okay.
If they got anything.
Yeah, Lumev Expedition Nexus Guild, and the second one should be Lumev Expedition, and then your particular guild.
Right.
And I've
Now wait a minute. So Galen and Ayer were in the same guild?
Yes, we are in the same guild.
Oh, Devok and I are in the same one. Okay. So yeah, so
And
Devok
I have-
and I know we're covered.
Yeah,
we
I
have
have
to find a
definitely-
church.
yeah,
Go ahead,
I have.
Ragu.
I was gonna say I have definitely fulfilled my requirement of finding traces of society and all the symbols written down and all those little books we have. Yeah, I had to find writing and stuff. Yeah, I'm definitely covered.
Well, if there's nothing of consequence, perhaps we should start journeying back to the portal.
Okay.
Whoa, what about the church? We're not gonna find that.
Wait,
The spire is what we said was counted.
Yeah, this
Oh,
this
the
this.
spire was the thing. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
then we're
because
good.
because when you got to the spire, you had this religious feeling and
That's
a
true.
flashback of religious rites going on. Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So
Yeah.
it is the morning of the 20th, and so you guys can move, but we will do that next time. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the session here, and so let's show the experience points total. So the experience point total should be displayed. So a
Why
total of
don't I have
390 experience points.
Galen should get 60. He missed more than one firebolt.
I missed a lot of stuff, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, that was meant to be 60. They're actually all meant to be 60. Sorry about that, except for Oreo.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. So yeah, 390 experience points. Everybody gets 60 from learning by failure, except for Oreo, who gets 30. And so 180 from encounters, 120 from treasure, and 90 from all the exploration that you found inside that structure. So I think that'll be it.